last episode, on episode 18, the group began the session with having just, this is episode 19 today. You guys had just began, today's 19, right? Now I'm unsure. It is 19. This is not a good start. So stupid, man. God damn it. You guys had started the session having just investigated the caravan that was inbound to Winterfell, coming from the northern section of the continent, or from Midgard, in Midgard. You guys found a bunch of contraband, which was confiscated by the druidic guards of Winterfell. You also found a ton of metallic pieces, also having the same brand mark that Goldar's mentor had in his basement when you first had arrived and begun exploring that space a little bit. You guys moved forward and discovered very quickly that with the two maps, also discovered that there is an underground location below the library, quite a bit ways down, unsure of the happenings there, but the rogue that was defending the cart that you had intercepted also brought to attention that that's where he was meant to go and get his payment, that there was an outhouse location that he would have to go to, and that would take him down below to a depth. You found a secondary entrance to the library with a concealed illusory wall, and going through it, exploring it stealthily, Thorfinn, you discovered that there was an individual that you were relatively familiar with from your events in Fey Wynn, named Evelyn, who was being tortured for some purpose. Worried, you came back in with the sole purpose of trying to rescue her, and also to, actually, I think you rescued her right away. Yeah, you rescued her right away. But during that exploration and that information gathering, you had discovered a collection of gnomes, of which one had a metallic arm with crazy white matted hair, looked like Einstein had never washed his hair, and was kind of giving a pep talk to the group about making sure the jobs and tasks got done on time and that their deadlines were almost arriving. Leaving, the group concocted a plan to go and speak with Martin about going down and getting some assistance with this retrieval and rescue of the gnomes, as it seemed like it was too large a task to get everybody successfully out. He issued a stay until the evening, until the nighttime, so that you could do it in the shadow of wait, what? Shadow of the night? No. Cloud? No. Cloak of night? No. Whatever.
It's good enough.
Yeah,
Veil of
close.
Night?
Yeah, the Veil of Night. Ah, there we go. The Veil of Night. Yes. You guys then prepped, planned, and decided to divide the groups up to go underneath, as Goldar would provide the protective abilities that he has to the group in case they felt resistance. When he went down, they immediately rushed to where the gnomes were last located, and in there were some of those Nutoj brethren that were in the process of executing gnomes, and the matted-haired, crazy white, like metallic armed gnome was defending his own off to the right side. Most of them were rescued. Only about three of them perished, unfortunately, but they rescued them and got out. Goldar joined the rest of the group, who had gone through the library entrance and into the main chamber, which had a large cauldron with some type of like shiny material inside of it. They were using it to produce large suits of armor. Unsure the purpose of these units, you rushed in, found one of these very large Nutoj transformed giants in the process of moving heavy materials into a large hole in the ground. A quick glance, Thorfinn, you noticed that actually all of the material had been removed, as it had over 6 hours to prepare and remove all the material safely to a separate location. This was one of the last remnants of the individuals, the personnel, who turned around and began to lay siege. During the combat, he issued a prime directive to another suit of armament, who then awoke with sentience almost and began his onslaught. And as a result, you all started this combat with something you'd never seen before. It was fully sentient robot armor thing. Didn't matter though, because Kanan, brilliant idea, shot a teleportation arrow to shove it into the pit, failing on the last arrow, just the smallest shred of percent of failure, and it hit the wall. But Norbak took the idea as it was brilliant and rushed over, cannonballed into its chest, knocking it back and through this giant hole that just went down into the depths. Waiting a moment, you noticed as this thing wasn't dead yet. It was still slowly crawling up the wall as its prime directive was to kill you, and just started chucking things in, chucking in fire. And unbeknownst to you, at the bottom were all the materials that had been just removed from this compound, piled below, waiting to be removed.
Yeah,
and it
the
all
keyword
caught
is
ablaze.
was.
Yes, it all caught ablaze and just got ruined entirely. The toxic fumes from there started to rise out. The metallic robot automaton creature perished. You slayed the giant, ran out, being successful entirely. The library was evacuated as the smoke started to billow in through it, and they were trying to investigate where the fire was. You all ran away and into Goldar's mentor's home for a moment to have a break. Down there, you discovered that the gnome known as Whittle Tinkercad had unlocked a hidden compartment that no one had known about. And along the wall here, ceiling, floor, all four walls were just ramblings of crazy drawings and etchings and dotted lines and bizarre information that nobody could piece together. He quickly grabbed them all, asked Goldar for his help to put it into a bin and set them ablaze, as he then explained that for the past 3 weeks roughly, he had been tortured and information was extracted from him. The other gnomes were brought in as a contingency to make sure that he would work, otherwise they would kill one in his defiance. And with that information that he gave them, they were able to produce a very powerful, almost fully functioning next generation automaton, which you guys had put an end to. And with the flames at the bottom, effectively wiped out all of their progress. And they're basically stopping them dead in their tracks. He then explained to you...
good.
He then explained that he also was being pressed for information regarding a temple of extremely ancient origins, located once upon a time in the location of Winterfur. He marked on your map where it was, which coincidentally also lined up with the extracted map during the caravan expedition or investigation, and it is directly placed on top of the current Nutoj temple. Suspicious nonetheless, but he told you all that he needed to return home and that he would be doing so after the night's rest. Everybody went to sleep, none the wiser, and everybody got good sleep. Evelyn also informed the group that she's feeling a little bit better, although still extremely weak from all of the events that unfolded, to her at least, in the underground encampment. So we're gonna pick it up here from you guys having just started your night's rest. The two small sibling gnomes are now beginning to go to rest, going to sleep, and you all find that sleep takes you as a long day's worth of activities have worn you out. During your sleep, Yubo, you begin to have these very, very vivid dreams of walking among just a vast expanse of darkness. And every once in a while, like a thunderstorm, large flashes of red energy through what would be clouds above you, extremely far above you, begin to shudder and just rattle the skies. And you can see the small spider-like tendrils that spread across and scutter all over the place. And in there, you begin to connect threads of information that you found during your day's travel and investigation about potential locations for the fiend that you were bound to. And in the distance, you can see a large obsidian tower, and it looks extremely familiar to you. The information you gathered has revealed that somehow these obsidian towers are connected to one another. And this one at the top, you can see a large creature in a throne with a large staff. And as you approach, curiously, it stands up, and sure enough, in its wake, the entire sky and all the rattling of red energy begins to descend down and plummet on top of you. And in this smoke, you can see the different creatures that rush past you, come swipe at you, and you wake up in a sweat, in just heat and worrisome, but nothing is on your person. And sure enough, beside you, you feel and can smell the essence of the ocean, the breeze of an ocean, a warm ocean day, and can feel that Ron was present during that entire experience. At the same time, Thorfinn, during your dream, you wake up and see yourself in a very familiar environment. All around you are swaying wheat fields. And you stand up and you see the skies are beautiful, clouds aplenty. Behind you, that wooden shack still exists. And ahead of you, you see that massive archway of stone with a swirling white energy that still persists. After but a moment, you hear a voice, familiar and kind, and it comes from the swirling energy as an individual in fully cloaked, green draped robes steps through and says, "Oh my goodness, you really cut it to the end of the wire there, friend. When I asked you to take care of some business for me, but I didn't expect you to literally take it. You know, I thought there was urgency implied, but it's fine. I'm glad you succeeded."
So does that mean I've done the task?
Yes. Yeah, I would say you have. Yeah, certainly. And he comes over and he puts his arm over your shoulder, turns you around, and starts walking towards the shed. And he starts to have conversation. He says, "It's not often that when I put my faith in mortals that it ever pans out. Most times they always disappoint me, and as much as I hate to do it, I have to come and collect, and I have to take them where they deserve to be. I mean, what do you expect when you defy a god? You know what I mean." It like punches your shoulder a little. I hope it wasn't too inconvenient though.
Um, so I want to check my arm, my hand, if it's there.
Oh,
The mark.
it is bright. It's brighter than you've probably ever seen it.
Okay. So okay, what does this mean for me though? Like now that I've done your task, after you've saved me from death, uh, what does this mean now?
Takes her hand, starts looking at it. He's like, "Oh, that's kind of weird. I really don't know what that is."
No, I mean like, what does this mean for me now? And like, now that I've done your task, now that I've finished,
I'm a man of my word.
are we done?
Man of my word. You get to live your life to the fullest that you want it to be. Just no, I will not be intervening again. So if you die, you're dead, man. I'm sorry. I got other things to do. I can't sit here and babysit you. You know? Yeah, you know. You approach next to the wood shack, opens the door, and he steps inside with you. And it's a little bit larger than it lets on immediately. But inside, again, are those many, many different shapes and walks of life of races and genders and ages of peoples. And they all stop what they're doing. You can see a few children are sitting on the ground and playing with the ball. Another two older gentlemen are playing a chess game together. There are some women here too. And he kind of steps in and he says, "You see them? They don't have the same luxuries that you do. And the reason they don't is because they failed, Thorfinn. They weren't good enough. So I urge you to be better, to be good, to be great. More relies on it than you think."
What do you mean these people here used to work for you or something? They used to
You see a massive grin appear on his face as, "Not for me necessarily, but I guess you could say I'm not too far removed. But unlike you, disappointing me has consequences." And he looks over at them, and they all kind of shake their heads like in acknowledgement. Says, "I'm sure they have regrets, and if given the opportunity, they would have tried a little harder. I urge you to try harder, Thorfinn." And you see at that point he gets very serious. Says, Don't I don't want to see you here again. Do I make myself clear?
Who are you?
Well, if I told you that, then we wouldn't be having such a great time, would we? I'll be seeing you again, don't you worry. See ya. And you watch as he fades, drops into the ground, and fades away into mist. And sure enough, the entire vision begins to fade further and further away. And you wake up as the morning bells and the roosters in the distance begin to make their sounds, and the city's beginning to wake up. And all of you find yourselves in the presence of one another again, fully rested, feeling invigorated with having achieved such a momentous task the day prior. The two gnomes have now gotten up and are beginning to, again, as per routine, make breakfast and start their day.
It was a good night, a good amount of drinking. What do you guys think?
You wanna check on Evelyn?
Sure.
You guys make your way upstairs. Evelyn has already taken a seat at the table. She's already starting to eat some food. You can see her spirits have already kind of gotten a little bit elevated. She is still weak. Her hand still trembles a fair bit as she's consuming the strips of bacon that are being provided and the eggs, but she is stabilizing herself and providing a very strong front of I'm okay.
I want to ask the gnomes for pancakes.
100%. One comes through and says, with all the gold that Mr. Goldar gave us earlier yesterday, we went shopping and we actually bought groceries. It was amazing. Check it out. They like open all the drawers and you can see a giant pack of flour. You can see a giant sack of potatoes, onions, and a bunch of different things. It's like, tonight we're gonna make the best stew in the world. I'm so excited. You're gonna love it.
This makes me very happy.
Yeah.
To think about.
I can make pancakes. We can make. I don't know how to make them, or what they are, but we can make them. Don't worry. I'll work on it right now.
What do you mean you don't know how to make pancakes?
I don't know what they are. What are they? They're just super happy. They're just like, do you do this? He's like cutting onions. He's like, does this go into it? And into a pan, and it's a pan and a cake, and his brother slaps him on the head. He's like, you gotta use flour. They get flour and put it into the onion, and like, we're on it.
I'm suddenly very worried about this too.
I'm worried about
It can't be
death
worse
robot.
than toad soup, okay? I've tried it, it was not good.
Oh, that's right. During that night stay, they did figure out the full construction of the metallic eye, the laser eye. And they've basically concluded that design and are now in the process of retrofitting it to be functional.
That'd be dope to have one of those, if possible.
Okay. So, what are we doing? You guys all take a seat and are presented breakfast one by one and are having really disgusting pancakes with onion.
I think we need to get Goldar to teach them how to make pancakes.
Just buy them a cookbook.
Goldard, by the way,
I don't read books. I don't know what it looks like.
One of the gnomes comes to you guys during the breakfast while you're eating and says, Mr. Goldar and crazy little person, no person, they left. They said that they had a specific task to go and do. He wants to go and make sure that they're set up really well, and he needed Goldar's help to do that so that he could leave, safely. So Mr. Goldar should be coming back in a few days, but just wanted me to let you know. And he scutters off.
So what's our next plan of action there, guys? We know thing under temple, because of course there's a thing under a fucking temple.
Yeah, I kind of want to check because if there's like call that any changes in activity on the Nutoj. Just like look around
yeah.
to see maybe if something that major happened, see if there's any changes, see if there's if they're still there, if that affected the cult, if we can move it closer, because I know there's something under the temple that we want to go to.
So I kind of want to see what's going on with the cult now too.
It works for me. I want to go to the temple around that's pretty close to it and go make a small prayer because I had a strange dream. I think the every tower somehow related to the demon patron that I had, and he's been trying to attack me, I think, but Ron protected me, so I might as well go and make a small prayer and, you know, as a thank you.
Okay.
Sounds good. Okay.
So,
Wait, before you go, speaking of gods, like Evelyn, you somehow seem to have the same mark that we do. Remember like where you got those?
well, like I said last time, I woke up one day and it was just kind of there. But those guys, the bald guys, they said they knew. That's part of the reason why I went with them. They said they kind of knew what it was about. I mean, you know how that went, but
You think? Have you?
Yeah, bald
you
guy's not
remember-
good.
Yeah.
Minus me, of course.
Says the bald
And
guy.
me.
Yeah.
yeah, I
Except
wouldn't
the
trust
two
bald
bald
guys
guys.
again. But the two of you are bald, so it kind of works out, you know.
I'm over here putting the robe from.
yeah. Pretty much.
Well, bam.
No, not the that. It's the
No,
Wait,
the
is that the
cult
word?
robes.
the coat
Oh,
robes.
no.
Yeah.
Reminds you of anything?
She's having a little bit of PTSD. She's like,
Like when I asked Evelyn if she had any like encounter with gods or whatever.
no gods. Extremely powerful creatures, but no. Well, I don't know actually anymore, because the one that I interacted with kind of feels like a god, but like is killable. So, hard to say. I don't know where that line is. Kind of gray for this person.
Can you provide any less details? Like, what
Yeah,
we're talking about?
I don't know if I can. She's like, okay, huddle in, and she looks over at the gnomes and waits for a moment when they're not looking. She's like, you know that Grandmaster guy. There's something off about him. You never noticed that when he walks, he doesn't touch the ground. You ever noticed that? That's really weird. I don't know anybody who does that. He's got like, when I go to his place, his castle, or whatever you want to call it, mansion, all the doors lead to freaking linen closets and like janitor closets. There's no bedrooms. Where the hell does he go? I don't know. I don't get it. But there's something weird about the guy. And like, I've seen him do some crazy shit. I was in an interrogation with that guy, and he literally, and I'm not exaggerating here, literally filleted the skin from head to toe of this guy. And he just did it with a finger snap. What the fuck?
That's gotta be painful.
I don't, that's why when he sent me on this mission, I didn't question it.
To be fair,
That's
the
fair.
most painful process is removing the skin. If it's done in one shot, it's not that painful, I'm sure.
I hate that you know this.
Well, yeah, I've got some experience with weird shit.
Yeah,
I
just
love
keep
that
it
you
on
know
that
that
side of the
information.
table.
I mean, so far it sounds like he might just be a very powerful wizard. You know,
I don't know, man. It's just all a bunch of weird
Oh,
crap
wait.
about that guy.
every morning just decide he wants to cast fly and just levitate all over the place.
Wanna fly around? I don't know, man.
Wait, for someone to fillet a person like that, like is the Grandmaster a good person or something? Like,
I don't know.
what
I
is the
don't
working
think so.
for him?
It depends on who he flayed.
I really don't think he's a
It's
good
true.
guy, but I don't know. Listen. I don't want to find out. So I became a yes girl. And that was the end of it.
Okay, so Evelyn, like, what are your plans while we do our stuff?
Well, to be honest with you, I'm gonna figure out what the hell this thing is. It's not. There's nothing on her hand right now, but she's just pointing to the back of her hand, assuming you guys understand.
Yeah, we've been trying to figure it out too.
Yeah, I don't know. So I'm probably gonna go and see if I can gain more information on this. I'll report back to the Grand Master, and then I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll probably keep doing.
You mind if before you report back, you can share us something new that you discover about that? Because like we are curious as well.
Yeah, sure. How long are you guys gonna stay though? I don't know how long it's gonna take me.
Maybe we'll meet here by
A
then.
decent amount of time.
We just
Okay.
give her one of the
Possibly up to a week, yeah.
Stones. That way we can keep contact with her.
I mean, we could. I don't want her to keep it. It's
Yeah.
an expensive little stone.
I don't know what to do with it if I leave. I don't want to take your reason. There's
Yeah.
no need for that. How about this? I'll come here every night, and if you guys aren't here one of the nights, I'll assume you've moved on, and I'll go back to Feywind to report back. And
Or
at
should you
least
just leave a message to the gnomes?
yes, I could too. Unless it's information I don't think they're, adequate with. You know what? How about this, Thorfinn? You're a little like, stealthy. You'd say?
No.
Yeah. I'll hide
I would say no
something
half
in the
the time.
house. How about this? I'll hide a note in the house. You can
Alright.
find it then. All right. Glad that we figured that
Okay,
out.
just put a sign somewhere that you did hide something. You don't want to be searching the
Yeah.
entire house every night,
That's a
not
good
knowing
point.
that there's nothing.
That's a great point. I was just gonna have you go and look for every single house every night.
I may seem like a thief or like a rogue, but like I'm very bad at thieves' camp.
He's more of a face disarmer of traps, you know. He uses his
Yeah.
face, put it into a trap, see what happens.
I knew a guy like that once. He's no
That's
longer
stealth.
alive.
A stealth person that.
I mean, I
yells
shoved
at
my head through a
enemies.
portal. I'm still here.
Fair. Yeah. Some people are luckier than others.
Yeah, we're pretty unpredictable, I guess.
She's like slams her head and she's like, "Oh my god." I get it. You guys are the unpredictables. This has come up 3 times in conversation. Good lord. I get it.
No, we gotta make sure you really get it.
Oh, God. It's in there. It's in there. Don't worry. It's at that point she
Yeah,
finishes her meal.
just light a candle on top of the food storage, for
Okay.
example, or some shit.
I
Just so
can do
we
that.
know that, we can explore the house.
Of course, no problem. She finishes her meal and pushes the dishes in, puts her plague doctor mask on, and then bids you guys farewell and walks out the door to do her things.
Temple.
Temple.
All
That's
right.
good.
Okay. About 10 minutes later, you guys are beginning to walk towards the Allfather's Temple district, making your way over there. You can see that it is business as usual at the Allfather's Temple. Everybody is still, occupied tending to the people that worship their particular deity. And Yubo, you walk over to Ron's temple, and everybody there welcomes you with open arms. They've now experienced your connection from the last time you were here, and you woke up with just seawater all around you, and you are immediately brought into the room where you're allowed to commune and speak directly with Ron, a closer connection with her at least. And what you think?
I'm just having a noble prayer type thing, like thank you for your cold embrace of the deep or something like that. Just like casual stuff.
Okay.
Nothing very specific that I have to ask her.
How long did you want to spend here?
Probably 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay. During that time, Thorfinn, I know that you wanted to go over to the Nutoj temple and investigate that area.
Yeah, just wanted to meld with the crowd and just like see like the climate, environment, temperature of people.
Okay, give me a perception check, please. If anybody else is joining him, give me a perception check. Because I know where 2 of you are. I don't know where the other 2 of you are doing.
I'm gonna join him.
During
I
that
was gonna say
time,
I'll go to the temple as well.
Norback, your stomach starts to bubble and brew up a storm. And the moment you walk away from the Allfather's temple, you just start feeling a stream bubbling out, and just the farts are unleashing. And it's nasty. It gets so foul that just like a pocket, like a shark swimming through the ocean through a sea of small fish, there's just a bubble around you. No one wants to be near you. No one wants to be seen next to you. And you reek, and there's a stream behind you.
I rushed to the nearest fucking bathroom or some shit.
Yeah, you run over, and it smells awful in this outhouse. Not of fecal matter, but of smoke. You went to the outhouse that was the secret entrance into the underground encampment, and it is nasty. Everything's scorched black. Didn't matter to you. You're just relieving yourself right now. All right, the other 2 individuals, you guys make your way over, and the first thing immediately you notice is that the front doors, which have yet to be seen shut, there are 2 large marble, like almost cylinder sliding doors that have been not fully closed, but closed enough for one-way entry for an individual. In the front, there's a single individual with arms crossed, kind of leaning on one of the doors, and just kind of like looking around casually, bored as all hell. And with your passive perception, you can tell he is a tier 2 member of the Nutoj clan. And inside, because you rolled so well, both of you together, you can hear a very loud conversation. It's more of like imagine like a manager basically screaming at a bunch of employees for not hitting their targets, their margins. That's basically what you're listening to on site. Somebody's just losing their mind on a large collection of these Nutoj people. Can't make out who or where, but no one is being allowed entry right now. Everybody's being stopped at the door and turned away.
I want to check around the perimeter of the temple, see if I can find a way in. I want to listen in.
You know this structure is fully shut in. It's a large marble dome, remember, and it has those cross beams that come over, and it's almost like a leather tent, like an extremely old one with bones that come up. But these are all marble beams that come up and support it. So it's a fully closed-in structure with a one-way in, one-way out.
I think maybe we can. I don't know what's going on inside, but anyone has a plan?
Not really. What are the cultists still out and about, like walking around?
There's nobody outside. Like it is
like
clear.
they've just kind of disappeared.
They're inside. You know that they're inside currently they're getting reamed out for something. There's only one person standing guard at the door, and it's like a slit that's this wide because the doors have been brought in, and next to this slit is a person standing watching the crowd. But no one, even people that are shaved heads and commoner clothing who have bought into the smiling structure, that's a cool name, have been allowed or have been denied entry.
I guess it's gonna be up to Yubo and Norback to try to go in because they're supposed to be members.
Yeah.
Didn't he just say even like regular members are being turned away?
Yep.
I can try to work something out, I'm sure.
Yeah, so maybe you can change the
Mouse.
emblem.
Hey, can I send a mouse? Maybe you can like send a mouse to listen and see
Yeah.
what's going on.
It's about around that time that Yubo starts to make his way out, and Norback, you feel a little bit better at this point, and you're not too far of a walk away from this location. You make your way over. You can see Thorfinn being Thorfinn, just kind of hiding through the crowd and listening in the best he can, doing a good job, and being undetected. But you guys are all together again.
So what's the situation, guys?
I don't know. The temple's locked off. There's like conversation going inside.
I walk up to the guard.
Okay.
But I'm still talking to the group, so he can't go by himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, Norback, you
So,
just
like,
break
say-
off while they're doing the conversation.
Yeah, we can.
Yes.
They're not letting people inside unless they're members, and I think the members are having a very serious conversation inside. I would like to listen in, but I can't because I can't find a way in.
Do we do we have the sending stone, or are they with Goldar?
It's with the group. That type of resources I'm gonna leave with the group.
Okay. So yeah, I guess we do have the sending stone.
Okay, technically, we could throw one in if there's a hole somewhere. It's not
Yeah,
a
but how
great
do we-
strategy, but you know.
We might
How do
never
we
get it back.
Yeah. But
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. I'm just saying, if we're desperate, that's an option.
It is an option.
I would rather use like a rat or something if it comes to that,
yeah,
or a
like,
spider.
we could like, tie the stone to the rat or something. Yeah, attach the stone to the
Well, I
rat.
mean, I say you've got a connection to
Wait,
your
you can have a connection.
thing,
You can
so
listen in, right?
yeah, so you'll be able to listen in anyway.
The what? Sorry.
I say if you've got a connection to your
Yeah, I'll be
summon,
able to
you'll be able to
hear
hear. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Let's just send one of those bad boys in and get an idea of what's going on.
Well, right now I would probably be okay. We can probably do that. I would just look at Norback going to the guard, figure out what's going on there before I do anything. Anyway, my ritual is gonna be like 10 minutes, so I don't, Actually, do I still have my old rat? I never dispelled it. Like,
Yep.
Oh,
It still
So
exists.
it would still be around.
Yeah, it would have came out
Yeah.
because its survival instincts would have kicked in, and would have been roaming around unless you just bamfed it away during your
Okay,
information
so I
round.
guess I'll just call it back if it's still around. I mean, there's the portal just before D, so I'm assuming it's gonna come around.
Oh yeah, no, it puffs into existence right next to you.
Yeah,
and
fair.
It's fine.
Yeah, trusty little beast.
Okay, what's going on with Norback now?
Yeah, you guys are finished your conversation.
Maybe send the rat in while Norback's talking to the guard. That way it's
Yeah,
at least
I'll tell the
distracted.
rat to try and find a crack.
Okay.
Like, while the guard is distracted, you know.
It's a fairly large structure. It's gonna take the rat quite a while to roam around the exterior of this
Tell
dome.
the door. Like,
Why don't we just go into the door while I talk to him?
Give me a stealth check with advantage because Norback's technically helping. Norback, you walk up to the guard in the front and he gets off the wall and puts his hand. He's like, "Halt! No entry allowed for anybody below tier 2.
Why?
It's not my. It's decreed by the higher ups. I don't make these decisions.
But what if I just become tier 2? Can I do that?
Do you have that kind of money? And we're not. I don't.
How
Listen.
How,
I don't have the. I don't have the book of the pamphlet. I can't. I don't know what the price is.
why not just go get someone to help me with that?
But I can't. My job is to stand literally here and guard people from not coming in. So like I can't do that.
But what if I like take over for a second while you go get that?
No, because you're still tier 1, so it doesn't work. Doesn't work that way. I don't think.
But I just want to become tier 2 and get in there.
Have you
'cause
recruited 3 people?
No, not yet. But I
Well,
can
then-
just pay money.
it doesn't-
Do I
How much
hear them? That's
Yeah.
right now. Do I hear them?
You hear.
Okay,
you
I
hear
will
the
just
couple.
walk. Hey, I'm one of his new recruit.
You're still too short though. You need 3 people and then the money to go to tier 2, and then you need 9 people and then the money to go to tier 3, and then you're just a grand poobah of
And
whatever.
they're in the bathroom. They had diarrhea because of the food we had yesterday.
Make a deception check. He looks at you and he's like, it's really convenient, but all right, well, whatever. You still have to pay the price. I mean, even if those dummies are pooping their brains out, you need the money. Do you have the money?
Well, I don't remember how much it is.
I don't have my book on me. I think it was 2,500.
Okay,
It was 2,500.
I don't think I have that much money.
Yeah, I know.
However, you seem really fucking bored. How about we just play rock paper scissors or something? I don't know.
I'm doing a job. I can't do that. Come back later. I like rock paper scissors. Come back later. We'll play later. 500 gold. Tier 2 is 500 gold.
I do have that money, but
I mean, if you want it really bad, this is the way to do it.
has the rat had enough money to get in the fucking building?
Well, during that time, the rat, you see him kind of like scurrying up and trying to get through. And at one point, as it's trying to leap in, the guy's like, and he goes to like punt the rat. Roll a natural 2. Tries to go and punt the rat, and it like scurries around him and goes inside. And he's like, God damn animals, gross. Oh, my book, it's on the counter upstairs with my green book with the little thing. Thank you. And misses, and your rat does manage to make it past him and inside.
Okay, I guess I'll come back later then. Nothing I can do.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. You get it, right? You get it.
Yeah, I get it. You're
Yeah.
just doing your job.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I wish I could. I don't own the place, so like whatever. All right, I'll see you later though.
And see ya.
And he goes back to like takes a side and he's just watching everybody again all together. But your rat has made it inside.
I want to ask the guard if I can just lean on the structure, like to the side, or if it's restricted area, just for the sake of like being polite with it.
Kind of like does elevator eyes and he's like, it's fine. You're one of us. Just like stay over there, away from the door.
Thank you.
Don't get me in trouble. And he's,
I'll just sit there and go into my rat like a crazy madman person.
sure. You take a seat. You go into your full vision and listening of your mouse familiar, and you immediately start to hear voices from individuals inside. One in particular, who is the most prevalent speaker, is Osmos, the individual that you had met, the tier 3 individual. He currently is having a really aggressive conversation, one directional, in conveying how his level of disappointment, how like unbelievably incompetent everybody in the structure is, and how could they have allowed this level, this magnitude of failure. And like nobody really has responses that are adequate to him either. He's asking who was at the center of all the kerfuffle and the events that unfolded. He's asking if they still have Whittle. No, if people say no. He said, did they get any information from the woman? And they said no. He said, so we just straight up failed. And they're like, yes. He's like, did we at least get any material out of this? He said no. We got like literally nothing. Everything is destroyed and it's shit down there. One of them also pipes and says, oh, and by the way, the glass balls with the ley line magic, yeah, that technically we didn't expect what would happen if it broke, because we didn't think it would. There's that hole's deeper now. I melted through the floor. Little bit of a problem. Normally, whatever. It's a hole, it's deeper. I think it broke into the Underdark. So that's a problem. And Osmo's just like, God damn it, are you kidding me? Ah. Okay, whatever. Fill it up. Put something in there. We gotta leave. We can't be associated with that place anymore. We gotta wrap up shop here, guys. Because we're so close to figuring out what we need from this damn temple. We're so close. That's basically the full gist of the conversation.
Okay, can my rat kind of approach as sneakily as possible, like being very careful to Oslo?
Yeah, he's upstairs. So again, remember the layout is you come in the main foyer, staircase to the far left that goes up to the second floor, which you guys are familiar with, and we're given this tour to. The right side is the staircase that goes into the basement that has consistently been guarded every time. Everybody is upstairs having these conversations. Yeah, your mouse can even climb the pillar that is connecting, supporting the second floor to go up. You're basically in, and you can see Osmos.
Okay. Let me just check something. I mean, for now, I'll just like kind of keep listening.
Okay, what's the
I don't
group
know if the guys
doing?
outside are doing anything. Yeah.
Norback, you've joined the other two again. What are you guys up to?
So what do we do now while we wait?
I wanna visit the cat pub and ask like get some information and anything like from Martin. It's like,
Yeah.
well, how are the gnomes doing? How did everything go after that raid at the hideout?
Okay. All right. Is the
I'll
group
probably just take a seat next to freaking Yubo.
easy enough? Okay.
Guys, I'll go over there with the orphan.
All right, you guys make your way over to, during that time period, it's a fairly lengthy conversation that you're a part of. You guys make your way, oh, Vic, thank you for the sub, I appreciate that. You guys make your way over to the Drunken Cats, and inside, Martin is nowhere to be found. Most of the population that is present inside of here is not there. The usual suspects are not present. You do recognize just some regular locals, fairly middle class dressed, but the bartender tells you that Martin hasn't been there since the night prior, and he doesn't know where he is. He hasn't been upstairs, and his friends haven't been around.
Take a drink then. Like,
Okay.
kind of celebrate what we did.
Nice, yeah. The drink they give to you is delicious. Again, I believe that is prices, everybody. Drunken Cat, that will be, oh, that can't be right. Let's call it 2 silver pieces.
Yep.
Oh, I mischarged you guys for the perfect ale. It's supposed to be 10 gold a piece. Oh well.
You fucked. It was on sale.
Inflation. Yeah, that was the old batch. They made a new batch. Now it's perfect. So it's the perfect ale. And so it's back to 10 gold, baby. Anyways,
I don't remember what it costed us.
it was 1. I gave you guys
it was
for 1.
one.
Yeah, we got the watered down version.
That worked equally as well, so who cares? But yeah, okay, so you guys are enjoying yourselves some ale. You guys have a moment to have conversations if you want.
I'm just like listening to other people, see if there's any kind of chatter about the events or anything like that. If anybody's
Give me a perception check. I want to see
Okay.
what level of information you're able to obtain from this. Wow, nice. You're listening into everybody around you. It takes you about 10 minutes, but the different crowds of people that are coming in are talking about the fire that wasn't a fire. Everybody seems to be calling it a distraction for something else. And for the good majority, it seems to be conspiracies regarding the different thieves guilds that they've heard of that are trying to infiltrate the guards here, and that they use a fire, a magical illusion at the library as a distraction to do this. Since so many guards were present, they believe that there's some other happenings in the city. One individual pipes up during that conversation and mentions that they swear they saw Martin in the middle of it all, and he was shouting out commands to other people and telling them what to do, the guards specifically, and that he thought he saw some tiny little dude with white hair running away from the scene, like kind of covered in some soot, bloody and bruised a little bit. But everybody else just calling him crazy, that he's a crazy person. This doesn't make any sense. There's no people with crazy matted white hair running around. Everybody here's clean. And nobody seems to be believing this person. But over the course of time, you do also learn that words are hard. You learn that the library is currently shut down, and that they are not allowing anybody to come in or access that space. So something is happening in there. They're not letting anybody in.
Good.
You also,
Okay.
by the end of that time period, you hear the door opening behind you, which has been happening more often than not, but you click into this one. Somebody comes into a large pouch, and it's full of like mail. And at one point they come in and they go to the bartender, and they're like, you hear them whispering a little bit, and you hear your name shouted from them, and they say, hey, is the person named Kanan here? I went to the guard, and they said they saw somebody by the description. Are they here? I assumed maybe. And the bartender points him towards you, and this person walks in and says, I have mail for you. Doesn't have a name, it just says to find you in Winterford. Here you go.
good.
Gives it to you and walks away. The
Thank you.
piece of mail is a very dirty, like semi-muddy almost, dried mud letter. And no branding of any kind, no name, no writing of any kind written on it. But it is stamped in the back with wax.
Is there any like markings on the wax?
Nope. It is just a clean stamp.
Okay.
Something's inside of it. You can feel it.
I guess let's open it up and have a look.
You take a look inside, and you immediately see a golden, what looks like a leaf at first, but you see what looks to be like a hairpin with golden leaves that come off of it. That is the only thing inside of it.
There's no writing or anything.
No letter, no words, just a golden hairpin.
Okay. So Kanan's kind of getting visibly pale. So that's yeah.
It's like, you alright there, Kanan?
Not really. I think this belonged to my wife. This is what she always wore in her hair. I don't have a clue who would send this to me either. But if it has something to do with her murder, I'd like to find out. Like, bring her a little bit of justice. Is the guy that delivered the letter still there?
Yeah, he hasn't left yet. He's still approaching the door.
Okay. I'm gonna grab him before he gets to the door.
Sure. Says, did I miss something?
Yeah. How did you come about this letter?
Some person, I couldn't tell who they were. They had a hood over their face, but they came to me and they paid me 20 gold to do this. It's like 5 bronze usually, or copper, but yeah, it gave me 20 gold to deliver this to you. Sorry, I couldn't see their face. They had face mask and a hood over their person.
What where was it that they handed that to you?
It was actually in town. It was right
In town?
where would it have been? It's like I'm not too familiar with the city, but there's another pub over by the eastern gate to the central part of Winterfell. I'm sorry, I really don't know the name of the city or of the place, but somewhere over there. They said I might find you here. So they know you somehow.
What did the robe look like?
I think it had a red draping on the inside, like a velvety red on the inside. Looked like it was really good quality. And then this like shimmery blue look on the outside with like a black that if it wasn't moving and like still was all black. It looked really good quality though.
Yeah. All right, I'm looking at Thorfinn. I need to go check this out.
You need a company? I can go with you.
If you want to join, that's fine. I'll let you know if do some killing if I find out who this is linked to.
Ooh, okay. I'm down. I'll do whatever you need to do.
Okay. I don't know which pub it is. I just know it's close to the East Gate, right?
Let's ask the bartender.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
No problem. You guys ask the bartender and Doyle Don is his name. Doyle tells you guys that it's the Penny Homes. They sell really, really garbage piss water that they call ale, and they're the only place that is relatively close to being a tavern. Although it's more of like an inn, but they haphazardly run one, and it's the closest thing over there to the east.
Piss water. Okay.
Yeah. Don't drink that. We got better stuff.
That's fair. Thank you.
Sure.
I wanna make my way over there then.
Okay. We're gonna switch back over to the other two at the temple. You guys have been waiting around, and the activity inside is some of them are breaking away now. Some of the Nutoj priests or brethren are leaving the temple, and you watch them leave through the mouse's eye, and then Norback, you watch them leave through the structure as well, out the front door. They kind of like shake hands with the guard and go about their business. All of which, Norback, you notice, are tier 2 members of the church.
Okay.
Well, I guess my rat has been kind of following Oslo this entire way because, I kind of wanted to be just like lurking around.
I wonder if fucking Hugo can actually hear me while in the senses of his rat.
If he's listening to the rat, he can't hear you. If he's not listening and just looking, he can. Yeah. Osmos has not done anything. He's been inside, just at the top, speaking with the group, and he's just trying his best to get a grip on what's happening, what the next best course of actions are, and he's very hell-bent on not abandoning shop here. But the underground encampment, he is trying to cut as all ties possible to that. And it's very obvious that they are somehow well, not somehow, but they are running that underground encampment. But he's trying to cut ties.
Just how badly their plans went.
Yeah, pretty much. That's exactly it.
Well, so far you don't know anything, right? So
I know, but still.
Yeah, they got blindsided, and they have no idea.
So the doors are open, right? Because you said people were coming out.
Yeah, the front door has been open this whole time. It's been open this whole time. It's just the guard has been standing.
Couldn't go through. Okay.
Yeah, he just wasn't letting you through. It's been open this whole time though. But people are coming out.
Okay. I'll just tell my rat to hide essentially, just so it's not like too much in the open. I'll come out and I'll check with Norback, I guess, and just tell him what happened, what I heard. so that he's aware. And with people coming out, Norback, do you want to go check if we can get in now?
I was gonna say maybe have your rat go downstairs.
Well, maybe. But
While
if we can't,
everyone's still busy.
well, if we can't get in, I'm not sure it's going to be super valuable. But yes, do you want to still try and get in? Well, I do that.
Sure.
Okay, Norbeck, you get up to go over, and the guard isn't even at the door. He has been pulled away with the crowd that's leaving, and it seems like he really knows one of the people, and he's been like having this conversation with them, and they're like basically like little girls that are just like going hard.
Okay, I go inside.
Yeah, you just walk right past and through like the crowd, and nobody really catches wind of you. They're also distracted leaving, and you can see that the general disposition of everybody leaving is defeated. They are beaten
so sad.
down, sad grown men and women that are just reamed in by their boss, and they're just not happy. You make your way in, you're in the lobby area, and there's still more of them filing down from the second floor, but still nobody on the right side to the basement.
So I would be waiting until I see what happens with Sage before I go into the rats. I would see that.
Who's Sage?
I want to, as covertly as I possibly can, go down them stairs.
Give me a stealth check. And yeah, you see him file right past the group. There's a fairly.
I just want to kind of run in. Well, not run in, but just, like when you try to get quick before the guard arrives.
Yeah,
and just with a massive grin and just tell everyone to smile.
It is my vow to this stream. I will get a damn camera for these rolls. I rolled a 2 earlier and I rolled a 6 now. No problem.
I have a disadvantage on stealth, don't I? Because my armor.
Yes, you do. You make your way past the crowd and very quickly feed your way through and into the lobby. And Norback is right in front of you, making his way over, trying to like be careful and like a little coy, but he's not fooling anybody. He's very, very obviously making his way over to the stairs to the basement.
I'll quickly glance into my rat and just tell it to come back to me, essentially.
Okay. Well, you don't even have to do that. You can just tell it telepathically because it's within range.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you don't have to waste that time. Yep, no problem. You start to see like a little mouse scurrying through like the rafters and down a pillar and crawls its way to the main floor during this time period.
I'll land into my hood.
Perfect. Oh my god, I rolled even lower than you.
How did you manage that one?
No, I rolled an 8, and these bitches have a dex of 2, or a wisdom of 2, so it doesn't matter.
So it's a 10.
Oh my god, are you kidding me? As awfully as you're doing this, like, you're still able to make your way to the stairs and proceed into the basement, no problem whatsoever. Somebody eventually does kind of like stop to be like, I don't think, and everybody's like, get out, man. Do you really want to cause more problems? Like, you're right. And it just gets interrupted and pushed out and into the front space. You start to make your way into the basement. Yubo, what are you doing? Are you following or are you staying up here?
I'll try to follow, but I will tell the rat to go the other side of the room in case I need a distraction or some shit.
Okay.
So like I'll tell the rat to go and I'll try to sneak at the same time, essentially.
Okay, no problem. Give me a stealth check, please. Norback.
Just don't roll any lower than me.
The perfect. It's like poetic. You literally, as you're going, the reason why you made it is a potion drops out of the ether, and instead of dropping in your hand for the first time ever, it hits one of the Nutoj members as they're leaving. He's like, "What the? Who's the? How the hell? Not cool, man!" And they just pick up the potion and leave. Nice. Doesn't matter. No problem. You have your mouse guard on the edge of the room as a distraction, and you make your way into the basement. As you two go and descend down the spiral staircase, hugging the far outside wall, the space down here is fairly dark, but the few sconces that exist shed enough light for you to gain a setting here. You watch as the entire space below, it's about 30 foot high from the main floor you were on to the ground, and there are 4 marble columns that are perfectly arranged about 5 feet from one another. And inside of these columns, you see there is a large person. You're not sure who or what they are, but there are multiple large humanoids who are currently, some are stepping like large, like giants would squish something, or stepping down. Some other ones are coming down with a fist, and one other one is coming down with a blade. And in the center of all of these giants is one individual with a hammer, and it looks just like a tip, like kind of like Goldar's hammer, and is down on one knee and is holding the hammer up high as lightning is trickling off of this individual into the four pillars beside. On the walls are pictograms or murals of historic accounts, stories. You're not quite sure, but they depict a series of events that unfold as a race of humanoids grow larger and larger and larger. And prior to that, they were depicted as small in comparison to others. But in the later parts of these pictograms, the ratios shift and they are large, and those same individuals are small. And the last pictogram depicts those giants now crushing and slaying these smaller beings. You guys are at the base.
I'm guessing there's like a closed door or something.
There are no doors in the basement.
How large is the room?
Let's say about 30 feet in diameter.
Okay.
It's a perfectly cylindrical room, flat base, flat top, 4 columns in the middle that go from ground to ceiling.
And the creature you said with the hammer, is it a statue or?
It's a humanoid. They're all humanoids, like male figures or in women. The
like
giants,
alive. Like they're not statues. They're not pillars. They're actually alive.
They're statues. They're carved into marble, right? And there are 4 of these giant creatures, well, humanoids, that are looking to be slaying some other humanoid that is down on one knee, has a hammer above them with lightning trickling off and connecting to these other pillars beside it.
Can I like inspect these statues, see if they have any like hidden mechanisms?
Sure.
You know, like
Give me an investigation check.
and stuff like that.
Yep.
Oh god, let's see how this will go.
Give me a nat 20, let's be real. You're the most intelligent person in this group. That's not bad. You start to go over and feel the structures and the different indentations, and unfortunately you're not able to find anything on the structures.
I want Glenn. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, maybe closely inspect the pictograms, see if there's any like words, languages, or just anything I didn't see originally.
I imagine, like, I just depicted what you specifically mentioned, but you eventually switch your attention to the pictograms, and you don't really able to discern anything off of. There's no text on it. They're all just pictures. It's not like a tome that has been transcribed or anything, but it's just like a picture book with no words.
Just want to check with the rats, see if anybody's trying to come down or just making sure.
Nope, everybody's being rushed out. Nobody.
Okay, well, I want to poof the rat back to me.
Okay.
Into my hood, ideally.
Sure. Easy enough to do. Right into your hood. We're gonna switch over to the other two. So, Kanan, you and Thorfinn have made your way over to the space. Hold on a second, actually. Yeah, have made your way over to the Penny Homes, and you can see it is really, really run down. It is disgusting. It's very foul. Kind of reminds you of the like the low district, the poor district in Feywin, where it's just you can smell urine and some scents every once in a while with the wind carrying like poop, you know what I mean, and manure. But it does not smell nice here whatsoever. But you can see this rundown building in front of you.
Is there like windows and stuff on the building, like ways to look in?
Of course there are.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. If I was a better DM, I would describe to you, since I have it written down. It's a rundown, disgusting building with many rooms on the second floor. You assume those are the places for people to stay. On the main floor, the door itself is kind of off kilter from one of its hinges. The main window has many broken sections from people either going through it or mugs and things flying through. Sometimes you can see a critter like a rat or a mouse crawl through that space from the window. The drapings inside have lots of lash marks and broken and kind of worn out from the sun that has just been constantly touching it. On the inside, you can hear just a crazy amount of riffraff and just rattle going about. You can also see that what is like a small seating space inside is accompanied by also another equivalently tiny bar with there's just like laid out pre-made ale jugs on the counter, and people just throw their coin and pick it and go about their business.
Did I see anybody with that robe description through the window?
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
There's a lot going on in here. You're not sure. It's hard to tell.
Good. I asked Thorfinn if he has eyes on anybody that, if he can see anything that I can't.
Okay.
Give me a perception check.
No way, we both fell, right?
Exactly. Correct. Okay. All right. Wow. You do not. You are looking around in this room right now, and there doesn't seem to be anybody. There's a lot of movement. There's a lot because it's so cheap to be here. It is full of undesirables, and so you're just not able to put a beat on anybody in particular.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna look at Thorfinn and tell him, friend, things may get bad. I understand if you want to head back to the group, but I've got to have it.
How about I'll just be around, and if you need me, let me know. So I'll just like meld in the crowd.
Okay, that's
because you might need some privacy with conversation if you find what you're looking for, and I'll just be around.
Okay. Well, this is what I think I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take the hairpin and pin it to my chest and just see if anybody has reactions to looking at it when I'm walking around through there. So if you'll keep an eye on people in movement,
Okay.
that would be nice.
Thorfinn, where are you exactly going to be during this time period?
So I'll probably be I'll be inside as well, but not next to Kanan. I'll just be watching over Kanan.
Okay, sure, no problem.
Meld in the crowd.
All right, no problem. Kanan, takes you probably 5 minutes of roaming through the crowd little by little, but your passive perception picks up an individual whose draping is down currently, and above their head is this almost kind of like my beard. It's like a salt and peppered hair that is really long and drapes down past their neck and onto their back with a the cloak matching the description of what you were told. This individual kind of makes eye contact through the peripheral, and you watch them immediately. It's like an immediate reaction, rush to the back, and there's a door that they bust through and shut the door behind them.
Okay. I want to like kind of signal to Thorfinn, like go around the building to make sure there's no back exit, and I'm going to pursue.
Okay.
Okay.
You walk. You rushing or are you walking?
I'm rushing. I'm not letting him get away.
Okay. You rush back and out into the out through this door, and immediately leads you into the back alley. There's it's about a 20-foot space back here before there's small little spaces that lead out into the nearby streets. And immediately you feel this cold touch that reaches across the back of your neck, and you feel the claws of this individual tear into your neck and drag down. You're gonna take 11 points of slashing damage, and you're gonna take another 14 points of necrotic damage as this creature then shoves you off of them, and you can see their eyes are really narrowed down, and their irises have turned red and keep swirling between these red and purple coloration, with the mask still above their face. They kind of grab their hood and throw it over their head to conceal their hair, and they're kind of like backing up a little bit from you. They're about 10 feet away.
I'm gonna ask him who is who they are or whatever.
You
So
just
if they're gonna just engage or anything like that, or
you see them just like heavily panting, and just kind of like double down and like get even more aggressive stance.
well,
Do I see any way in the back?
You haven't gotten there, sir. This would have happened
Okay.
almost immediately because you went from inside all the way around. He beelined it to the back.
okay. I'm gonna draw my bow and tell him it doesn't have to be like this. I just want information.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have left her to die.
Okay, I'm letting loose the arrow.
All right, make an attack roll.
Okay.
Ooh, nice. Good hit. You watch as it pierces straight into the person's chest, and they kind of grab it, and break it off and drop it on the ground, and are just still hell bent on you, and the eyes still swirling the different colorations.
Okay. Can I summon Mira behind the person?
Sure. Mira puffs into. It's a bonus action, right, to bring Mira in?
I think so.
Double check, please. But Mira drops in behind the individual, kind of look over their shoulder, look at you and say, "Oh, interesting. You able to crack the stone, hey?" And immediately they turn around and reach down into Mira and grab Mira, which you've never seen somebody do this before, but they pick up Mira from the ground, and you watch as this person leans in and starts to whisper something into Mira's ear. And Mira's head kind of cocks to the right, and then shrinks and shoots straight over and into the small gem that you have that you call her from, and it just immediately goes. And the large humanoid again now slinks down deeper, rushes over towards you, and does another upper slash towards your face. That is a 23 to hit. You are going to take another 11 points of slashing damage. And this time, as the person is digging claws deep in, before they dig full down, they retract back, and you can see their face here, and you can see their eyes begin to water as they begin to weep. And the person fights it, draws their hand back, steps back twice, and just starts bolting in the opposite direction to the left to run out into the street.
I'll do another arrow with entangling snare.
Okay, go for it. Make an attack roll.
Or ensnaring strike.
Yeah, that hits. The person you fired at them, it hits them in their back, and they kind of stumble a little bit forward. The brambles begin to spread across their body and start to entangle with the ground underneath, but they're able to tear through it, and unable to be restrained, are continuing to run.
So keep chasing.
All right. It is Thorfinn. You eventually turn around and get to the back. There's nobody here. Kanan's not here. There's no person. It's just you. You can see there's a pool of blood on the floor right next to the door, but it's fresh.
Okay. I'll follow. Do I need to roll for like if I need to try to track them? See
Yep.
where the.
Give me a survival
records are?
check. You're having a hard time, man. You're really, really struggling. This is a fairly well-traveled space, and you can't really get a beat on where this person was going. You're struggling. Kaden, over the course of the next few minutes, you lose track of this individual through the crowd, as they seem to be a lot quicker than you are. You've seen Thorfinn do this in the past, where he's able to weave through a lot quicker and more agile than you are. But you lose track of the person's where they are, and eventually they meld into the crowd.
Okay. Can I look for tracks?
Sure. Give me a survival check. Hard to, again, so many people, man. Can't get a beat on anybody.
Rolls. Okay, I guess I'll go back to that tavern and see if I can find any clues or anything. Maybe look around where that person was before they took off running. Maybe they dropped something.
Okay. You go back, Thorfinn, and Thorfinn, you see Kanan eventually making his way over. And you guys go inside together and start exploring the space a little. And what you find is on the ground, this small trail of grass that seems to have this ever-changing like ombre effect of colors, and they vary. It's like the full spectrum of colorations. It goes from your yellows all the way through your reds, your blues, your greens, and it just has this permanent shift of coloration. Very, very finite, where most people might miss this characteristic. However, you've lived in a place that has this characteristic. This is grass that is directly from the mystical forest that you resided in. A little bit of soil that's along with it, but nothing, no object.
Where did you say the grass was? Like where that person was standing?
Yeah, it's in the space that they were existing prior to. It's close to one of the tables, but they didn't leave anything else behind.
Good. I guess I'll take Thorfinn and start heading back toward the group. I tell them I'm probably gonna have to go back to the fantastical forest for more answers. They don't see anything else in the. Or actually, let's ask around and see if anybody knew anything about that person, or heard anything he was speaking about before, or if he even said anything.
It takes you another 10 minutes or so, but somebody does eventually pop in like, oh yeah, that person, they came on a caravan with me, yeah. We came in from the lake over there. There's lots of special fish. We fish over, and this person was on the side of the road and said they needed help. They needed travel, safe passage to the Winterford. They had special business he needed to take, or find some crazy guy or something. And we picked him up. That's it.
They give you a name or anything?
Well, they paid really well, so we didn't ask.
Okay.
They gave us this weird coin, though, and then reaches into a pouch and takes out this coin. And it's like this hexagonal shaped coin that you've seen only one time before, Kanan. And then on the front, it's got this indentation of this large E. You know that this currency is called Electrum. And you've never seen it used in trade here on Midgard, but you know that there's a special domain in which this is one of the primary currencies of the people. You've seen it once before. Yeah, we got this from him. I don't know what the hell this is useful for.
Would you mind if I hold on to the coin?
How important is it to you?
It's not that important. I just collect coins.
Make a deception check.
Okay.
I'll give it to you for 2 gold. Seems it's pretty. Okay.
Seems fair.
Hands it over to you, grabs the 2 gold, and is like, fellas, drinks on me! He just immediately throws the 2 coins towards the bartender and just gets 40 beverages, just all of them brought over, those Oktoberfest people that carry 10 mugs at a time, just brought over and clinked onto the table and just going hard. All right, you guys make your way back over to the other group. Let's flip over. The 2 of you guys, while you're in the basement with this large structure, this marble structure, and then the pictogram. Norback, you've been busy checking the pictogram, checking the marble structure for anything in particular. We're unsuccessful. Yubo, what have you been doing during this time?
I would try to do the same thing. I definitely never trust Norback with anything that
Okay.
has to do with intelligence. I would definitely try and check behind him.
All right,
My
give
next
me
thing would be
a,
trying to identify what the fuck is in the pictograms.
you, because one of your allies has already done the physical investigation. You have the choice of doing perception or investigation.
I'll do
Because
perception.
okay.
Jesus Christ, I'll do perception.
Good God. Holy.
Jesus Christ, they'll do perception.
Norback spends a little bit of time trying to look around. He's gotten to the point of the pictogram where the earlier giants have now shrank and the perspective and ratios have shifted. And you notice that one of the small figures, which is a little bit further in depth to what the painting displays, has a similar hammer. Also, many of those tendrils of electricity that are coming off of it. Looking your way over to the center structure, you walk your way over, and that same figure with a hammer. On the hammer, you can see that the three triangle indentation that is very familiar to you guys in the back of your hand that is present.
Okay, I'll try to put my hand on it. See if anything happens.
Placing your hand on it, the back of your hand begins to glow. And you watch as small streams of energy pour off of that marking across the tendrils and into the large marble columns in the center. They shoot up into the ceiling and over and off to the right side. And Norback, just as you approach the right side during the pictogram where the newly developed giants are destroying the smaller humanoids, you watch as the entire wall gives and pushes forward. And to you, you did it. You found the way, man.
I did amazing. I am so smart.
I'm over there trying to tell Norback, look, try to put your hand on the
No,
other
no,
one.
no,
He's just
I am
too
so
happy.
I did it. I found it. You did nothing.
What a clusterfuck of idiots.
The best kind of idiots, though, man. Freaking love it.
So, did you say there's like one on each pillar of that sign, or was it only on that one that I'm touching?
No, so that symbol was just on the hammer of the humanoid that was holding it, and the lightning or the energy trickled across the four different lightning beams and into the pillars and connected to the wall.
Yeah, okay.
The symbol was just the one.
Okay, so we go into this path, right?
Okay, ahead of you is a dark, dusty hallway that looks like it's been frequently traveled. Somebody has taken this path not too long ago.
Man, I'm glad we both have dark vision.
Yes, make your way forward into the next space. It opens up into a very, very large chamber, and it at some points it descended as well. You're not sure. It's kind of weird the way the perspective of this place is, but you open up into an entirely stone chasm, and you're not sure how far you've traveled or haven't, but in front of you is a small sconce on the wall, very, very lightly lit. Here, let me drop you in here. Whoops, that's not it. Yubo. And where are you, Goldar? No, not Goldar. Norback. There you are.
Wrong person, man.
Meh.
Man.
There you go. You guys appear into a small space, and we'll switch over as well. Into a small space.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I made this far too large. Into a small
If I'm getting in there, then just for the sake of just being upright with it, I'm gonna try and send a rat to go and find because the rat has seen the other people in the group, so it should know who it is. I'll tell them to try and guide them to us somehow. It's gonna be hard for them to get in, but at least we'll have an option if they'll know where we are at least.
All right.
So you said there's a sconce here, right?
Let me just change this. Nobody needs to see my face twice, so let's fix that. Boom. All right. Yeah, there's a sconce ahead of you that lights up the space very, very dimly. It's extremely
Can
small.
I take it?
You can. You 100% can. That's part that is part of the lighting now that is in your hand. That's the space that you see. Also, while I'm here, let's do this real quick. Turn off all of your other lighting. I'm gonna make this 90. Save. Same with you, Norbeck. Night vision. You have this much. Get low light. Save.
Okay, I'm gonna start continuing down this small ass path.
Gonna try and be stealthy behind him, like a couple of meters
He's not
behind him.
associated with this as fuck.
All right, give me stealth checks. Give me stealth checks. All right, the other
I'm not
two.
sneaking. He is.
Yeah, no, I know.
I
The
am.
other two individuals, Thorfinn and Kanan, you guys make your way back to the temple and are immediately met by you guys go to look for where your allies are in the space that we're sitting, and you can see the little mouse that is kind of just waiting there in anticipation of your arrival, and it immediately stands out. It's got the same flair that Yubo does for life across its patchy haired skin, and
The
it's
same wabam.
yeah, it's got the same wabam. It's like circling through your legs and like running out and back and trying to communicate to you guys in like charades.
So is the temple clear? Like, like people cleared out of it?
There are still a few people that are trickling out through from inside out. The guard is still present but distracted.
Okay. Guess we'll try to sneak in through the chaos in the crowd.
Easy enough to do. You're able to slide your way through inside, and there's only a few other people left coming in from above, and some of them kind of actually, both of you give me a stealth check, please, while we're here.
Don't roll low. That's all you gotta do.
I almost rolled on Twitch chat. That's weird.
Amazing.
Whoa!
Okay,
Wow!
There's ways to fix it. You don't have to be greedy.
Ah!
I don't have Oh, we could try to ruin this shit somehow.
You could. Think about a story element that you could alter here with the runes. Anybody could in the group, technically. It doesn't have to be you two.
I mean,
I want them to get themselves out of that problem.
Yeah, exactly.
See, we don't have the problem. We got through.
how about like through all that mess, there was a commotion in the crowd. Okay, let's just officially do this first.
For those of you wondering what the hell is happening, these guys, as players, have the option to invoke the runes, where they can. It's with an S, I believe. Where they can change an element of the story, whether it's immediate or maybe they want to have happen in the future. But this is, and it costs them a certain, like a number of points. But yes, they could do that. Okay, commotion in the crowd. You can make it as specific as you want.
So commotion in the crowd, for example, like the Patreons, like the new ones, trying to get into the tunnel, and then the higher ups trying to push them out, and then starting to get messy. That the guard has to look that way, and we'd be able to sneak past it.
Okay, no problem. Exactly that happens. You guys are made your way in, and there's a group of the Nutoj, the tier 2 ones that are coming down there. They look at you and they're like, "Wait, you're not supposed to be." And then from the street, you hear this massive kerfuffle that unfolds, and there's people shouting back and forth, and you hear the guard say, "Hey, I need help in here or out here," and they're like, "Hold that thought," and they kind of like run outside. And one of them kind of stays beside you. Osmos looks over the camera's like, "What the hell is that? Go investigate, idiot!" And he's looking at the person that's standing beside you guys. He's just so tunnel vision, doesn't even recognize you guys are standing there. And that last person rushes off to take care of his business. Osmos turns around and goes back to having a conversation with the last few people that are still upstairs on the second floor. You have access to the right staircase that descends down, and nobody in your space.
If it was me, I would have had fun with it and had a bunch of like small prankster kids come up and throw tomatoes at people.
Anything. Could have been anything.
I mean, that would have been really annoying for them.
What are you guys doing?
We'll try, cause like, yeah, I mean, we'll move down, cause like, since when we started in going here, we were always like curious. So if I were the other guys, he'd probably go down there too.
Fair. You also got a mouse run ahead of you.
I'm
Oh, the mouse, yeah.
gonna drink a potion before
It's a
we
rat,
start
but
getting down there.
Sure. Kenny, you're gonna pour the. Yeah, you're at the brink. Ooh, that's a max roll, brother. Holy,
Nice.
that's not bad.
Still ain't gonna help you, Jeff.
Still pretty beat up, but that does help.
Yeah, that's a third, I think, or barely a third of what you got dealt. You guys rush down into the basement, seeing your opportunity, and same thing. You see these 4 marble columns supporting the main floor that you just came from, about 30-foot difference from the ceiling to the floor, with those 4 giants looking to be killing a small humanoid in comparison, with a hammer above and the lightning that's trickling off. You see some light that is just dissipating off of the hammer into the ceiling that seems to be trailing off into the right side of the wall where a small door has pushed open. It's not a door. It's like it's a secret passage that was part of the pictogram on the circular wall down here.
Okay. So I'll go in. You go in.
No problem. Short time later, just as you two are beginning to make your way ahead, you start hearing commotion behind you, and in anticipation, you look over your shoulder, and the voices are very familiar as your 2 allies have now made their way down through the tunnel, and your mouse successfully, to you, guided them. You guys are together.
I'll say it again, it's a rat.
A rat. I'm gonna keep calling it a mouse. In my brain, they're the same thing, and they're drastically different. I know. Okay. So
one is disgusting, one is not.
Do I know
I
if
continue down the path.
like that thing put Mira back in the rock? Is Mira still available to be summoned, or is that something I like?
you feel her connection to her, but what you felt in the moment when that happened was that Mira seemed to almost override whatever command you gave her and intake whatever it said to her and retract back into the object. That's all you know. All right. So you guys find yourselves down here. Hold on a second. What is this stupid music? My music didn't pick up where it's supposed to. That's poopy. Hold on. Let me just do this real quick. Yeah. Here we go. Okay, cool. So you guys are in this now depths where it is stone and dirt all around you. The base that you're standing on is a small gravel, kind of loose material. And there's a small tunnel that is progressing ahead of you. Norbak has a torch in his hand that he took off his sconce from the wall. But Norbak, this tunnel continues to wind ahead of you and turn to the right. And ahead of you, just from where you are, you can see the small wooden, what are they called? Benches. Rows of benches that are set up side by side.
Well, I want to tell the rest of the group, hurry up, you slowpokes. We ain't got all day.
I'm still stealthing. Like going very slowly.
Yes. Start moving in.
Okay. Norbak, as you approach here, to your left, you can see a large stone chair. It's not quite a throne. It's not very elaborate or large in its structure. However, you still see that there is this very nice, in comparison to everything else, intact chair. A lot of these wooden benches that are present here are worn out and extremely old wood. You can tell because a lot of it has kind of curled. You can see small splinters that are off from the wood. It's not treated well at all. To your immediate left, you can see that the space continues, and turning around the corner, you can immediately tell, because you recently spent time in the space very similar, there is a massive roaring forge on the inside. And from it, you can see this large orange light that is emanating. There are 4 anvils that are connected to this, and trails of molten metal seem to pour over and directly in front of these anvils. At the end of them, there are small water basins prepared. You can also see that inside this room, there is some small sensitive red energy and light coming from some objects off to the left. You're not quite sure what they are, but the room seems to be some type of storage space. And there are 2 individuals currently working metal and
Do they
forging.
see me yet?
No, they don't. They are
Okay,
very
then
involved.
I want to put the torch down here
Okay.
and then try and sneak up behind this guy.
Give me a stealth check. What's the rest of the group doing? Disadvantage.
I
Norbak.
don't know what Norbak is doing, so I just went to the throne and
Exactly. We have no idea what the fuck is going on, so I'm just exploring the room.
You can ask.
Yeah.
You can ask questions. He's still over there. He hasn't left
No.
anywhere yet.
He's gone. He's sneaking. If he
Okay.
doesn't communicate, I'm not gonna try and inquire about it.
There's guys in this room.
I'm investigating the throne.
Give me an investigation check or perception, your choice. Kanan, yeah. Well, Kanan, what did you want to do?
Just gonna kind of take in what the group's doing and figure it out from there once I see what they're.
Okay, all right, Norvek. You feel stealthy and progress into the room. And as you do, sure enough, with your luck, this individual here turns around to be like, hey, did you remember? Who's that guy? And immediately they just turn around. They're like, what the? And start to prepare. And one of them reaches into his robe. What do you want to do? You have a chance here to do something. What are you doing?
I throw. Do I even have my Morning Star still? I don't even fucking remember. I'm gonna throw something at this guy. Fuck it.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh shit.
Wisdom saving throw. That's not a good start.
You hear a voice emanate through your mind again and say, you don't want that mace. That's not worthy of your true power. What you really want
I'm still holding my other weapon.
you
I'm just
really
taking it
want
out
the
and
great.
throwing
You
it.
don't want anything else. I'm so large. You're so large. We're a perfect match. What else do you need? And you feel compelled to not wield another weapon. Instead, you look down and instead,
Fine.
you still have the greatsword in your hand.
Fine, I'll just run at him then.
Okay, you run in at
I'll
the
run
first
at him
guy.
and try and dunk his head in the forge.
Oh shit! What, this guy?
Yes.
Oh, I gotta stop giving you environmental benefits. It's pissing me off. All right, yeah, give me a give me a strength check. God damn it! Ah, God.
You know what? Just
no
because
way.
I can.
There's no way
Just
that
because
I
I can, I'm
succeed.
gonna rage, so I have advantage on said stuff. I mean, strength check.
Oh my God.
It'd be
It'd be D20 plus your 3 with advantage. Yeah,
It's not that great.
I rolled a total of 11. You run over, you grab him, and before he's even really done finishing his command, the other one notices you're here. You just grab him and throw his face in. You just hear him flailing his arms around, and then within just 2 seconds, and he just goes limp. And you pull him out, singed with just his skull basically remaining. Drops to
I
the
look
ground.
at the other guy.
Dead.
I assume
You're next.
What the fuck, dude? This guy is like, he's like, oh my
I
God.
assume there was screaming from there that we heard.
How would you hear a guy whose mouth is in lava? You wouldn't. He died immediately. The other guy,
The other guy screamed.
the other guy now
Scared him.
screams and is like,
Terrified.
and then I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Who, me?
Yes, you.
Oh, god damn it.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
I can't roll very
Ooh,
well.
you feel your body freeze as you can't move, and he's like, I need to go. 20. He's like, oh shit, and he's like, please, I don't want to hurt you guys. Please, I just want to leave.
No.
30.
Huh?
Please.
Well,
That's the end of his
on
turn.
that note,
You guys
I'm
see
gonna-
this guy walk out.
yeah, I'll get chase after him and try and attack him with a knock him
There's no
out with
chase.
my
He literally walked out, turned around, and like, no, please. All right, make your attack roll.
I'm just trying to survive
So the
any
chase
lines
was-
of enemies.
The chase was a success then.
Yeah, it was. You're right. Give me an attack roll.
I love this.
Oh my God. This
Hey,
messed up,
at
man.
first, I never used the
Oh.
environmental things, and then the moment it clicked, I could use environmental. You really don't want to give me environmental.
This is so funny.
So
Alright.
this will be
Expect
like
this, did you?
a non-lethal one, like try to like disable him.
Okay, sure. Just give me your everything normal, and the non-lethal will apply. Yep, he's unconscious. that is plenty. You're fine.
Jeez.
He goes unconscious. Let's put.
I'm guessing you didn't expect me to dunk his head in lava.
I don't expect anything anymore. There's no point. There's literally no point in expecting.
So am I free?
Yeah, you immediately break out of it. Not sure why, but you are where you are. But now that you're in here, you see that right here there are 3 small runes that they're like plates that are on the ground, emanating this red energy.
Red never seems good.
Okay.
The rest
I
of you
wanna
guys
inspect
outside
them.
So
now
while
have.
What? I was gonna take Take that unconscious dude and tie him to the throne.
Okay, no problem. It's actually at that point, Thorfinn, as you were inspecting it, you notice that behind the throne's like main space that supports your back, it can be folded down, and that there is a secret, door right behind it that leads to another chamber.
Ooh. Okay, but before I do that, I want to check on Norback. What else going on in that other?
Yeah, you make your way into this room and you see the forge, you see the melted face guy who's on the ground, still kind of like twitching a little bit. His brain hasn't fully processed that he just got melted alive. And then you see these 3 runes that are on the ground with this emanating red energy. There's a table at the ending, some firewood, and barrels for storage.
I want to inspect what they were working on before I ever so rudely interrupted.
As like Thorfinn looks at Norback and then the melted face guy and then back at Norback. I was like, okay, that makes sense.
Yes,
enemy saw me, enemy no more.
Okay.
While this mess is happening, I'm just like, whatever, they'll deal with it. And I'm looking at this hallway in here. I want to check if there's anything, and then try and at the wall to see if there's a hole. Like essentially doing a perception and investigation check separately. That's possible.
Okay, we'll get to you in a minute. I'm gonna start. I do a really bad job at concluding sections, and it just jump to somebody else, and it gets really difficult to micromanage that. So yes. I'm gonna conclude a section and I'll jump to you. Okay, so yeah, you're in this space here. Norback, you look over at the metal that they're working on. It is very crude in shape. It doesn't resemble any weapon or armament that you can pick up. You're not sure what it's for. Even with the newly found knowledge of being in a smithy, you're not sure.
Okay, then I'll say fuck it, throw whatever they were working on back into the lava, get rid of it.
Okay, starts to melt. It's doing its repurposing back in.
And then I'll just go inspect these tablets or whatever.
All right. Well, they're just stone tablets with red light that is emanating around them.
I guess I'll take one, because why not?
Sure.
Pick them up.
You reach into the ground, and it's kind of like plates, but you're able to pry the plate off of the floor, and you have this plate. It's kind of heavy, surprisingly, but you do have one of the plates.
Do they have the same symbols, or are they different?
They're different symbols.
Huh.
Here, Thorfinn, hold this.
Thorfinn, you rolled really well in your perception. You actually noticed, Thorfinn, that on the back wall right here, there are very, very hard to notice indentations in the space between the different tiles. They're circular in nature, but not sure exactly. Yeah.
I'll just start handing the plates to Thorfinn as I rip them out of the ground, essentially.
Might as well like try and do a history check. See if I've ever encountered any of these symbols throughout my travels.
Okay, go for it. No.
Okay.
Get the
That was
guns.
the most basic. No,
Yeah.
you've never seen it.
Okay. I guess I'll keep the runes that Norbeck is handing me.
Every time he hands you the one, your whole body goes like, whoa! And like you have to like hold it up. It is very heavy. You don't think you could?
It's basically that thing where if someone holds it with one hand and then you hands it off to another person and they just drop.
Yeah, effectively.
I
very
want to
weighty.
check those indentations if the tablets fit.
Seems reasonable. Yeah, seems like it could happen. You also notice at a closer inspection that there are 2 small spaces of like there's really jagged material, like indentation. It doesn't seem to have like a perfect, like a circular shape to it or anything, but it's some type of like jagged shape, almost cylindrical in fashion, but not quite. It's hard to make out.
Wait, the tablets or the
No,
indentation?
the indentation on the wall right here. There's there's 3 circular plates, indentations, and then 2 other like jaggedy spaces, for something else.
So
I'm gonna assume
if
I don't even see those indentations.
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess I'll call Norback's attention and then like, hey, try and take those tablets here.
Okay.
I can't carry all of them.
I'll just start shoving tablets into those circular things into the circular holes.
Okay, no problem. move these here so it's easier to do. No problem. Okay, all three of them are over by the wall now.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Time to start trying every combination.
Okay, while he does that, I'm gonna look over on this table with books and see if I can find anything that might help.
Okay, you start to look through these notes, and they seem to be mostly import and export manifestations or manifests of cargoes, cargo shipments that were coming out of the cryodome. You know what the cryodome is. Not very many people have traveled there and come back alive, and the few that have don't really want to talk about it. It's a place that people go. It's understood to be like a last resort, but what there is available there is very valuable, extremely rare metals, such as the kind that Whittle, the mentor, was having shipped down. Extremely rare gems, and apparently it's said that there is not limitless power, but an extremely powerful artifact somewhere in the cryodome. Some people go in search of this, but that is all you're able to find here.
Okay. Move back here. See, maybe swap things around, like help Norbak do the switching.
Let's switch over to Kanan. Kanan, you are in the main room. Yubo walks off to your right, and you have this person bound to the throne chair. And as you're starting to interact with it, you notice the back of the throne chair kind of swivels a little, almost on a hinge. But you got him tied up really well.
Come with it. Shout down the hallways. Do we need this guy for any reason, or?
We can ask him questions if he wakes up. That's a big if.
Yeah, I'm just leaning back like, why do you need to kill everyone?
I did. I should see what Norbak
I
did.
probably didn't even hear what you said, Thorfinn.
Oh, okay.
I'm like across the hall. I'm just like, why are you trying to kill him?
Well, I didn't even see like what they did down there, so I don't know what happened. So I'm just trying. Yeah. Okay.
Also, Kanan is he's in a bad mood.
Oh yeah, he's not the happiest right now.
He wants to take his anger out on something.
Yeah. I'll kind of start walking over this way a little bit to see what Yubo is up to.
Okay, well, Yubo, you start to descend your way down through this tunnel. This one also goes down deeper now, and it's a fairly sheer decline. Normal steps go about a foot per step. This one's going almost 2 feet a step, and it's a steep decline. Moving your way forward though through here, you end up. You can move your person. It goes down and turns into a hallway where you can see there are some individuals who are sleeping on the floor. It is only your dark vision that's kind of carrying you forward here, but in this room there is a small flickering of light from a sconce of some kind somewhere in there. But there's an individual sleeping on like a thatched bedding.
Okay, I want to sneak in towards them.
Okay, stealth check, please.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Neither of us are really good at stealth.
No one seems to have woken up.
Just want to peek at this point, just like see if there's anything.
Looking over the edge, you see there are many thatched beddings here, but 3 individuals are currently asleep in this room.
I want to sneak back and kind of tell Kanan that there's 3 of them, and that's a room sleeping. We should try and take him out sneakily.
Okay, I'm with it. Because I need to do a stealth also.
Yes. One of these days you'll roll really well, I believe. I don't know what that is.
Today, though.
You kind of just screwed me saying that, but
Please.
It wasn't today.
Okay, you're fine. I thought it was gonna be another freaking nat 1 scenario.
I'll just like point to the one that's just like this one here, and I'll point to Kanan just to try and say, you try and deal with it.
Okay.
Okay, what's going down? How are you doing this? That's what I want to know.
I'm getting close to this one here. I'm trying to tie him up.
Okay.
Well,
You
wait
gotta
a
be a bit
second.
more specific than that.
Yeah. Give me a sec. Just thinking about how I would do that. I mean, I would hold. Yeah, I would try and just like put one hand on his head, like trying to kind of cover his mouth, and then try to kind of wrap his hand quickly with the other one.
What the fuck? Okay.
Let this
Why don't you
happen.
just kill him? It's so
Kaden,
much
what
fun.
are you doing?
I'm just gonna slit his throat.
Okay. All right. Kaden, yours is easy enough. Yubo, give me a survival check with disadvantage. Now, as an adult with a
I feel
child,
like that's sleight of hand almost.
having known how complicated it is to try to put any type of clothing on a child with 2 hands, I can see how complicated this would be with 1 hand. Okay, you go over, you put your face on them, and this person is unable to fight you off as they're like, "Wah!" and they start to freak out immediately. You're able to, pin them down and just get their hands tied up. And this one on the far end though does wake up, sees you two doing this, and he wakes up just in time to watch Kanan look right in the eye and just slit this guy's throat, killing this person on the ground. Holy shit! And he's gonna be like, "What the hell?" And he's gonna run.
Do it.
He's gonna run.
Kill him. Do it.
5, 10.
Okay, but he was laying down.
Yeah, he got up. Oh, I guess
Oh,
that'd be
yeah.
half, but that doesn't matter if I did. He's gone out of your sight. He just turns out and bolts it through this very small crack in the wall. This room here now is extremely jagged. It no longer is a relatively well-carved space. It seems like this might have been an old cavern or something, or a space that existed and just kind of lost its edges and space and structure. But ahead of you, you can see a small crack in the stone that allows you entry into whatever it is ahead.
Man, that dynamic lighting ain't working out so well up there.
Yeah,
huh?
your yeah, I don't know what the deal with that is. I don't know what's going on. I think it's because of this NPC. No, it's not.
So essentially, we couldn't go through that. Is that what I'm hearing?
No, you can. He did. He went
Okay.
through it. The NPC went through it. But that's where you guys are. You have another one that is currently bound. He's not unconscious, he's just bound. All right, the 2 of you are back there. You've tried every combination of plates that you could think of, and nothing seems to be ticking. Nothing seems to be working.
Okay. So I'll just tell Norbranx like, I wish Goldar was here. Let's fight Jet.
So I'll ask Thorfinn, anything special by that chair?
Yeah. Before the commotion, I think I found a secret door.
Oh,
So I'll just
dar.
like try and again not gently toss that guy aside, to have access to the door.
Okay, yeah. You just push it down, and the guy topples off the chair. And ahead of you, you can see there
When did
are.
we become such assholes?
Good question. I don't know. But ahead of you, you can see there are small pieces of wood that are. It's like there was a door here once upon a time, and somebody has kicked it down, and just the last remnants of the planks. But ahead of you, you can see there are metal bars that block your passage into a room ahead. The room ahead, looking through though, you can see there are a lot of bones. Massive piles of bones of humanoids, like human skulls and such. But there's just bones and bones and bones.
I would like to check the small path for anything.
Well, your
Like a
perception is
button
currently
or a
carrying
lever.
forward.
Yeah.
You have the same one, so no, you don't pick up anything.
With my perception peeking through the bars, do I see anything?
You recognize that there is something shiny in the pile at the back, one of the large piles.
Huh. Okay.
God, I love this
So,
dynamic
no-
lighting stuff. This is freaking cool. Sorry.
No path here, I guess.
So there's metal bars, right?
Yes.
Is it like dug in? Like, what is the surrounding thing it's like dug into?
Stone. So the edges of the walls are
enough.
stone.
Fair. I guess we can't get in there. I don't feel like trying to break stone or metal right now.
All right, let's try and find the others.
All right.
Okay. you guys would have come up right behind them as you heard somebody shout, "Oh my god!" And then a bunch of quick steps. You descend down deeper into this room and come upon your two allies just finished tying up this last individual.
Well, as soon as this is done, I would be
You didn't
barking.
even do you guys'
Yes.
job stealthy. Come on.
They wouldn't have been too far behind you guys because just the distance you would have traveled and going stealth in D&D halves your speed. So that's differential in time here is they can catch up because they don't have to stealth or they're choosing not to, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, you
It's
guys
like-
are in this room.
So I'm gonna be like, oh, you caught one yourself.
At this point, I'm just, as soon as we're done tying this guy here, I'm just like, there's one more, and I'm just walking.
Yeah, no
like,
problem.
towards it.
You would
Almost
have
like we-
gone to him before he had a chance to go anywhere else. He would have been basically right around the corner and within like arm's reach.
Before I follow them, I'm just gonna knock this guy out.
Okay, no problem for you. You reach down and just give me a d20 roll anyways just to see how, or an attack roll just to see how good that is. But easy enough for you to do. You can knock him unconscious. Just curious.
He rolls a nat one, and just like gives him a massive headache.
Nice. It's not bad. Yeah, pretty much. Just knock him out. It's like that. There's a movie like that somewhere where he's like, please just knock me out. I don't want to feel it. And the guy just like repeatedly punches him in the face. And he's like, why are you not doing it the first time? He's like, I'm trying. And he just keeps punching the shit out of this guy's face trying to knock him out. He kept failing. All right, this guy's still in front of you guys. And he's like, no, I don't want to. Please, I don't want to be like that guy. I didn't do anything.
That would try and tie him up, literally. I'm just like, but don't resist then.
He has his hands in front of him, and you can start to the process of tying him up. It's easy enough. He genuinely has no interest in wanting to be dead. So he's like, go for it, man. Go for it.
How many of you guys are in there? Like, down here?
There was a lot of us. We were trying to excavate this space out, but they all were called to some type of a meeting. Me and these guys were just finishing up a 16-hour workday and, freaking smithing and all that kind of crap.
I almost feel bad for the poor dude that was just doing his job.
Yeah, you should stop killing people.
Like,
Hey, you don't know what I did yet.
We're just resting,
I
so,
didn't say anything.
Then you guys showed up. But getting a good glance of this space here now, you guys are able to see that there is a very, very large, almost like a lighthouse structure that is placed at the edge of what this right here on your end, that dark space in the middle, is a chasm. It's a very large chasm spanning about 40 to 45, somewhere between that range from your side to the other. This lighthouse is shining a brilliant blue, dark blue light across the chasm and onto a very large monolith temple structure. In front of them, there are two guards or stone structure statues that are placed with small flickering sconce lights that are on. On the floor, you can see that same triangle, the three triangle symbol of the Allfather indented into the stone. And then passages again to the left and right, down this way and down this way.
Okay. I'm gonna ask the prisoner, what is this place and what are you trying to do here?
Well, this is a place that we were told to come down and do all of our prep work and get all of our materials finished and made. Other than that, that's it. The space back here is something they were trying to excavate. They were trying to get to that thing over there, and I think they did about a few days ago. He's like, if you go down any one of these two paths, you'll get there. It's not that hard to do, but nobody's really been able to figure out what to do with it.
Cool.
How many more of you guys are still left here?
That's it. There's three of us and two of our buddies that are still working.
One. Sorry about that.
You killed Jeffrey?
I don't know their names.
Dude, Jeffrey was the cool guy. He was so
How
close
do
to
you know
getting
I killed
promoted.
Jeffrey, huh?
I don't know. You're just not saying. So I asked if you killed Jeffrey.
I don't know who that is. There was two of them. I killed one of them.
Ah, so you did kill someone.
Fuck. No. I'll just knock him out as gently as I can. It's like, hey.
How?
Like, you guys don't understand how violence works, right?
He puts his hand in his face just to start continue weeping. He's like, oh, Jeffrey was such a good guy. I hope you killed Steve. He's an asshole.
Well,
Make an attack roll.
Yeah.
This is
It's
man,
close
I'm
to
not a great
retirement.
guy.
Forever retirement. You know what? Just to see who you killed, I'm gonna number them, and I want you to roll a d2 for me.
So do I roll a d2?
Yeah, you rolled me a d2. Oh yeah, that dude is sufficiently out cold. Knocked out. Okay.
Wow, nat
All
2.
right. Not bad.
Did I kill Jeffrey?
You don't know.
Fair enough.
You don't know, but that's cool.
You can now interrogate the other dude to know what his name is.
Yeah, exactly. Just to know. I love that these NPCs are gonna have their own story arcs. Jeffrey's gonna get
100%
promoted.
Maybe I am the bad guy and I just walk down this path.
That's kind of the theme so far with this campaign. The NPCs have a wide fucking arc, like the farmer, the beggar that wanted to be a farmer.
It's like, man, really make us feel like assholes.
I can't help it. I can't help it. I can't. I don't expect them to just die at every corner, so I give them these like cool little fun lives that they live.
And then
And
there's
then they
us.
die.
And then there's me like murder time. The poor bastard was just
You grow
working.
attached.
Like,
Oh
what
my
he
god,
was
I'm
told to
sorry,
do.
man. Hey, listen, most of your guys' NPCs you enjoy have not died yet, okay? It's just these guys.
That
Just
poor
died.
bastard was just doing what he was told. Some schmuck appears
Oh.
while he's working. He says, "Hey,"
Oh my
and
God.
he aggressively charges over and dunks your head in lava.
Could you
So
imagine?
let's not kill random people for the sake of it. If we
This
can,
is
you know,
like
we might end up liking them.
this is like Game of Thrones. 5 and don't get attached to any of your characters.
Pretty much what it feels like. It's exactly right.
Jeffrey, no.
All right, well, I mean, I would at this
Hey,
point.
you stop giving me environmental things, I'll stop knocking people into very deadly things.
You're right. You're right.
I will.
No,
I will drag this dude with the other. At least he can, you know, rest comfortably on a.
Sure thing.
What
Easy
on the
enough
map.
to
is
do.
over here?
Easy enough to do. All right. The party. You can join the party again. There's.
Oh no, I want to go see if it's Jeffrey that we killed or not.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you go back all the way over here, and you can wake him up, slap him awake,
Yes.
and you're asking him his name.
Hey, what's your name?
His name's Jeffrey.
Oh, great. And I knock you back down.
Guys are such assholes. Nobody
This is
checked
why
his
we're
person.
chaotic.
He could have had a name tag. Nobody checked his person. Oh my god.
This is why we're chaotic.
We could have swapped the name tag. We don't know. I'd rather ask and be sure.
Touche.
It might be a concussion talking. Who knows?
Touche. All right, Jeffrey is alive. He lives.
Yeah,
Oh my
I killed Steven. Fuck
God. What a shit show.
I mean, no, I'm not done. I'm not
Oh,
done.
I'm sorry. I thought you were done. My bad. Apologies.
I mean, I want to know. Do I see the grate and be like
Yeah,
behind
yeah.
there?
Yeah, you do. 100%. You can
Can
see
I-
they
can-
opened it up.
Is it large enough for my rat to go through?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I'll do that. I'll let my rat go through.
Okay, go for it.
Try and see something like what's going on in there, like what we can see.
Your rat goes into the back space here, and you can tell that the. You know what? I'm just gonna use your person. What the hell was that? Just gonna use your person as, whoops, as the marker, so you can explore it. But looking through the grate, you can tell that these heads have been here for a very, very long time. Some small resemblance of like almost like a fungal, like a what would be like a mushroom, but seem like a, I don't know. Like a bacteria has started to collect over the skulls to eat away at the bone. It's been, you gather, hundreds of years that some of these have been here. Some fresh, most old. But as your mouse makes its way around the different piles, the rat does discover that there is a small shiny object lost among those at the back in that large pile at the back.
Okay. Can he pick it up? Is it possible for him? With his teeth?
It seems to be a little bit larger than what his mouth can kind of wrap around, but you probably could nudge it to yourself. Yeah.
Okay, I will. Yeah, we can try that. Like at least like get it to be a visible space so I can see what it is.
Yeah, no problem. You hold on a second. Yeah. As he's shoving it around, you see it kind of like trickles out, but it's this small little golden shape, almost like a shield crest.
Okay, well, I'll ask the rat to keep on pushing it towards the grate until I can kind of grab it for myself.
Okay, no problem. Nudge it over and you can pick it up. It's in your possession.
Okay. Well, ask the rat to come back then, and
Okay.
now I can go back to the group.
All right, what were you guys doing during that time period?
What were we doing?
Yes.
I am following Norbak.
I want to see what the fuck this left area is with the rocks.
Ah!
What the fuck is this?
One sec. My map's getting all goofy here. Okay. All right, you can bring yourself back to where the group is. You make your way over, and the tunnel ahead of you, the space ahead of you, is barricaded by some type of a rock slide that came and crumbled in this location. But beyond it, through the small crack, you see the very, very brilliant blue light that exists, emanating from some type of like a crystal structure object. You're not sure, but something blue back here is emanating energy or light, not energy.
Well, would it be possible for me to like move these rocks out of the way?
Give me a strength check. Athletics check. Let's go with athletics.
I will help.
You have advantage. Nice. Kaden, were you doing anything in particular?
I'm investigating this light a little more, see if there's like switch on it or something like.
Wow, I rolled horribly.
Okay, give me an investigation. Kaden.
Do another roll. Wait, is that with
That is
advantage?
That's with advantage.
You are.
Damn.
These are massive boulders, Norback. You imagine it's going to take you an exceptional amount of time to try to get through this.
I'll come back to this later then.
Kaden, you do recognize that there is like almost like a light switch on this mechanism of sorts. And while you're investigating it, you kind of follow your eyesight with the light, and you swear for a brief moment that the light seems to almost stop the coalescing of shadows in the distant spaces near the temple. It seems to be clearing some type of shadows, like, you know, what would be cast by shadows from stalactites and the statues. They seem to be non-existent in this blue light.
Flip it on and off.
Yep, on and off.
Did anything change?
Yeah. I mean, of course, the light turned off when you off.
Well, I mean, like
on and
anything
off.
that it was like shining on. Was there any
No.
differences in movements or no?
Nothing.
Well, I want to take the sconce and move on.
Okay. I'll get to you in a minute.
So if I understand correctly, Norback, you're gonna have two
No,
torches with you?
No, last one I put down as I went to go sneak up behind the guy.
Okay.
I never picked it up.
You never picked it back up. That's fair. I can't delete this one because you're in the way, but that's fine. There we go. Why is that one not even there? I think that was on a different map layer. Aha! Delete. There you go. But yes. No. You guys are good. Kaden, you're doing your own thing. Yubo, you would have caught up at some point here. But yeah, Norback, you start to go down this tunnel ahead of you, space it forward. There are the pathway splits into two different ways. You've traveled for probably a good 80 feet or so in a space that is just roughly carved out. No, definable characteristics to how really, but it eventually splits into two ways. The right side, which opens up into another chasm that goes for you have no idea, but it goes beyond what your eyesight can give you, which is 60 feet, and the light that you hold. And then another tunnel ahead of you, up further, that also progresses. By the way, I couldn't draw this map with the correct spacing without having the whole space be like, 300 feet or tiles wide.
I see that.
So the
Yeah, I
spacing
understand.
differences are a little off.
Yeah, then I'll just go off the branching path here.
Sure, no problem. Short time passes, but you do eventually come to an open clearing, and you can see that familiar blue light that's being shown, I guess, across the chasm to this side. To your left, that monolith the structure exists with the indentation in the ground. And as you walk into its presence, the back of your hand begins to light up. You see that same structure begin to flare, and it's semi-burning, but not painfully. It's very, very warm across the back of your hand. Kanan, you can see them now emerge out of a tunnel on the other side. Yubo, you would as well, because it's been a fairly long time.
At this point, I would just ask Kanan what's going on. I'm out of it.
Not really sure. I just know this light.
Can the light move?
Yeah, you can move it.
Can I turn it towards Norvac just for the sake of it?
Sure. Yeah, you turn it over towards Norvac, and no problem.
I do that and I make it fuck you at the same time for no reason.
What? God damn it!
For no reason.
And then
you know how you use the light to make like symbols and stuff? I'm trying to like put my finger on top of it and just be an
A
asshole.
little shadow puppet.
Yeah.
I got you.
But does it make a shadow? If
No, it does
come
not.
on.
No shadow gets cast when you make shadow puppets. Sorry, Kanan. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna put like little bird wings behind his finger with the shadow puppet, but
You're
if
trying
that didn't
to.
work, there's no point.
You're trying to, but nothing's casted from it.
I'll quickly be right back. I gotta go back.
Sure.
okay, can I try and show can I show the guys? Do they see the light from the hands, from the markings?
Yeah, they do. Actually, both of your guys'
Is it-
hands are now also lit up as they're starting to show it to each other.
Okay.
And sure enough, as this light's
I feel
happening,
there's a-
Kanan, a health potion drops down beside you, clinks off this little lighthouse structure to
Ooh.
your feet.
Amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and take that just in case shit goes down.
All right.
Thank you for the potion. Man.
Ouch.
Let me
I'm gonna go explore because I want to know what's going on around.
okay, no problem.
Okay. I want to check from a safe distance the these statues, because we've had a recent encounter with animatrons and
These are
I don't wanna-
stones. These are stone statues. So give me a perception check. It's been long enough where you'd have to do another one. Did Joe die yet? No, Joe has not died yet. Kanan is still. He did almost get assassinated by some creature, but no, not died.
That's about.
You did it. You did. Thorfinn, you start to inspect these statues and immediately are able to identify that they are almost exactly the same style of armament and craftsmanship as you found in the temple below Mirror Lake when you came in, and all those beautiful colorations that were coming off of the statue in the room with those little fish folk that you fought. The statue that was there on the left and right side of that room, these are almost exactly the same.
kind of want to try and like touch them with my marked hand,
Nothing happens.
see if they respond to anything.
Nothing happens. There is a
I
small
wanna-
opening inside of the monolith here that you could progress through if you wanted.
Okay.
So just to describe what's happening here, the monolith in front of you has a opening, a square opening, and a walkway that splits to the left and right. And in front of that, there's a wall that separates the view of what's beyond it. Okay, so you can walk in and go left or right, and then turn around the wall to the edges as well.
Before I do that, I kind of want to check around the monolith.
Sure. It is clear space all the way around. You get to the back end of it, and what resembles the remnants of old structures kind of exist along the walls. But for whatever reason, it looks like the earth itself has protruded out of the ground and destroyed all of them. And where there were homes or buildings or fences, it has almost entirely consumed that space and be moved beyond and like taken this entire temple space below. And so you see small structure like components similar to what Winterfell has today, but nothing of notable worth or value. But the tunnel up here that goes on, the tunnel to the right that goes on, but you're exploring that. So Yubo, you start to go down and explore the space below you.
I'm gonna go with them.
Okay. It splits into two paths again, one to the left and one further to the right. Working your way through, you come to a space where ahead you can see an indentation in the ground of, about a 10-foot wide and 10 by 5. And it descends about 20 feet, but looking inside, you see a freshly killed individual who did not notice the trap was here and fell into it and impaled themselves on the spikes. It's only 5 feet wide. I believe a running... What's your strength?
-1, I mean 8.
So you can't make this jump.
Yeah, that's my assumption.
Yeah, you can't make this jump, unfortunately. But it does continue on, and the tunnel curls
I'm back.
to another space beyond.
What did I miss?
Everything.
Can we take 5? Yeah, I mean, we can take 5 minutes of break right here.
Might as well. That was because Sage was out anyway, so might as well.
I mean, we can take 5-minute break right here. It's perfect timing, honestly. It's not bad. Let's take a 5-minute break. Sure.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
All right.
Let's go back to this space here.
So can you quickly catch me up on what I missed?
Nothing.
So not
Nothing
that
happened.
much.
They moved
Like I was just
somewhere.
I explored the area.
I don't even. So you said hand was glowing or something?
Yes.
Yeah, we just
Our
noticed the
hands.
symbols were glowing
What symbols?
on our hands.
On our
Yeah,
hands.
they were glowing.
Oh.
I thought you said something else was glowing as well.
Nope. No, I was talking about
it was yours and Thorfinn's hand that were glowing, and then ours started glowing too. That's what the other one was.
Yeah, and then I was talking about those brilliant color patterns that were coming off the statues in the other temple you guys went to underneath Mirror Lake.
Yeah.
That only Thorfinn was able to see during that time. That's why I made a mention of it to you.
Did you even inspect the statues?
Yes, he did.
Yep. Nothing much.
Anything?
It's like I can't describe, like, for example, like it was only me who was able to see it because I was the only one like God touched at the time.
Correct.
But now you also see the like some sort of like energy light coming from the statue.
Was there anything about this stupid symbol on the ground? I remember you saying something.
No, there's no light on the ground.
No, not light. Like anything about it.
No, it's the Odin symbol.
Yeah, that's
This?
all it
It's
is.
not a star. Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be.
So you used a star.
Hold on, I'm gonna draw this temple a little bit better since we have a second here, just to give you guys a better perspective of it.
Yeah. So this is
And
just
yeah.
Odin's fucking symbol, and then like a little temple thing.
There we go. Yes.
And he says that there's a path.
Yeah, that you can technically
Path,
take
yeah.
beyond. Just waiting for.
I'm just waiting for the other side, and just like, and there's also a tunnel here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, man,
So
the
can
dynamic
we-
lighting stuff is so freaking cool. I still can't get
It's
over
amazing.
how neat it is. Because like it takes so much away from having to having to do it. The one
Block
issue,
out everything.
yeah, that's the first thing. The other issue that I do have with this is that it just inherently makes the group want to split up. Right? Like everybody wants to try this and try this. And then if there is an issue for group 1, good friggin' luck. It's scaled to be for a group of 4, but now 2 or 1 person's there. You know? It becomes a quick issue. That's the only thing that I have as a gripe with this dynamic
Also,
lighting.
one thing, it's a thing though, because we'll never know how the group splits.
Yeah,
And we
exactly.
only have one set,
Yeah.
one set of sending stones.
True. I mean, you can get another set. It's $650. It's not too bad.
We are doing well with money. At least I am not.
Good.
Yeah, but you got beefy upgrades for your price. Yeah, you upgraded your armor. You upgraded your weapon.
Yes.
That's why you're broke. You used it on crazy stuff. And for a
I
rogue,
haven't
that's
even
pretty good.
used that money yet.
That's why I'm broke, and I'm broken as hell.
Broke and broken. I like that. I like that a lot.
I'm just a big mound of flesh, essentially.
It's kind of gross. Oh, is this not the right thing? That is not the right thing. I need to go to this thing. And let me know when you guys are ready to keep going here.
I'm ready whenever.
I guess I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm ready to. It's fine.
All right, let's do it.
So there's no. So is there any way to get further into whatever the fuck this thing is?
Yes, there is. I'm just gonna do Yubos first because they were
Okay,
already
that
doing
was-
their thing, and then we'll
Yeah,
go.
I was just trying to get an idea what I could do around me to plan for what I was gonna do next.
Yeah, so that monolith has an opening in the front that has a wall
Okay.
about 4 feet in, and then a passage to the left and right. Kind of peeking in, you can see that you can get behind the wall. It's not closed off. You just have to walk in and around if you wanted to.
Yeah, I would probably do that. Just probably do Yubo or first,
Yeah, sure.
obviously.
No problem. All right, Yubo and Kaden, you guys are down here with this spike pit in front of you. How do you guys want to proceed?
Yubo, do you have that was it a movable rod or whatever?
I don't know who has it, to be perfectly honest with you.
I'm not really sure either.
I think Gold here has it.
Probably it's in the bag.
Yeah.
It's in the back, yeah. Oh shit. We don't have our
But,
stash with us.
Not pittance. I wonder, would it be possible for me to kind of lock the rope with like 2 or 3 pittance just to make it safe and try to kind of swing over the pit with the rope?
So you want to do this in the ceiling?
Um,
Because how are you gonna
well,
swing?
whatever is the most stable,
I could-
honestly.
I could tie a rope to an arrow and hope that it sticks in good enough.
Not yet. And if it's not,
Isn't
You
it
know.
a stone
It is.
ceiling?
It is stone.
I have a hammer.
How big is this gap, anyways?
It's 5 feet, but these guys have, at least Yubo has a -1 strength, so he can't make a 5-foot gap jump.
Same.
Yeah, there you go.
So the literal worst people to jump a gap are over here.
Yeah, I'll tell him. Well, we got other tools. We'll figure a way out. We're ingenious.
Yeah, keep trying that one, bud.
If you ever get into trouble, my friend, if you ever get into trouble, you are so dead.
I already prepared for that myself for that so long ago.
So, okay, wait. Kanan, can you jump over or no?
I got -1 strength as well.
Okay, so you also fight. Because I have an alternative, but... Okay. Is there any way for the rat to go around?
What?
You could throw it.
Okay.
I could throw the rat?
Just yeets the fucking rat.
I have an idea. I have the portable hole, right? Okay. Kanan, get in the hole. The cat will carry the hole. I'm gonna throw the cat. The rat, the cat. Jesus Christ. Not the cat, the rat. Let's go. I'm gonna throw the rat. Then you get out the hole. You pick up the hole. No, that doesn't work. Damn it.
Have the rat hold the hole in its mouth.
I mean, I could throw you the rope afterward and try to secure it on your end, and I try to secure it on my end. No, one person on each side. After
5 feet.
throwing you through a rat.
5 feet.
It's 5 fucking feet. I feel like you can jump this. Just try. Do like a long jump or some
They
shit. Get a running
can't.
start.
What? Okay. What if
Why
I?
can they not? Why
There's
can't
strength. There's a strength metric. I think I like it better this way. This is funnier. I don't even care. I'm doing it. They can't.
What if I summon Mira to the other side
Yeah, you could do that.
and toss the rope to?
I could do
Mira?
that, but my
Yes.
rat is not strong enough for that.
Well, I was saying we could toss the rope to Mira. Maybe she can hold it and we could tight rope across it.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh shit! Hold the. Can Mira like hold the?
Okay.
Mira's
Wait,
+3
what-
strength.
Here's the rules for
Ah.
jumping. Just FYI, when you make a high jump, you leap into the air a number of feet equal to 3 plus your strength modifier. If you move
Yeah,
at
that's
least
a
10
high
feet.
jump.
Yeah, but still, but it's plus. It's -1 for these guys. I'm gonna keep reading. You guys keep going.
Guess that might work.
And Jay, if I have anything else in my tools,
How smart is Mira, and can she figure out like how to leverage?
I mean, I could communicate with her.
Okay, I have another idea. How deep is that hole?
I think I said 10 feet. I think I said 10
So,
feet. We'll stick
A
with that.
pellet with water, how much water would that generate?
That's a 15 by 15 foot of water, dude.
Okay, so that would fill it.
Yes, it would. Yes, it will. You're right.
Okay. Okay, let me just check another thing first.
I must step back.
Yes, it will. It will fill it. It'll fill it. You're right.
You could quite literally just fucking jump this with a long jump.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not joking. You would have no problem doing a long jump. It's essentially a run 10 feet jump.
I'm gonna throw a pellet down the hole.
Okay. You
The
drop
thing
a
is, I
pellet.
also want to go see the corpse, so it's not like, you know.
You drop it down into the hole, and for a moment nothing happens. You're like, wait, is it? And then you just hear this like a gushing of water, and then it just erupts in water, and from the bottom, like a geyser at the edge of like an ocean, it just shoots straight into the ceiling and just start pouring out to the left and right side of your guys' space. You guys are both swept over and off to the right side a little bit as 13 cubic feet of water is displaced in an instant to fill a 10 by 10 foot deep hole, a 10 by 10. Oh my god. And it just starts to pour out to both sides. It is full of water now, so you're good. That corpse is shot out, shunted, hit the ceiling, and is now floating on above the open pit.
I want to loot it.
And you
You
call
get
me a
8
bad
gold from
person.
it.
What?
You find 8 gold on this person.
Yes. That's better than nothing.
Profit.
There's a profit.
Yeah, you have a problem with me killing people, but you don't have a problem with looting dead people?
I would.
No, absolutely not. They're
Isn't
dead.
that what
They
we do?
don't. They don't need it.
Yeah, that's exactly what we've been doing since the beginning.
Also, don't we just kill and loot?
Yes, you do.
Yes, we're essentially bandits with extra steps.
That's just D&D at its core, though, so that's normal. I expect that.
Now I'm
Bandits with extra
comfortable.
steps.
Oh, no,
Now I'm
whatever.
comfortable to run and jump.
Oh yeah, easy enough. You run, and sure, you don't make it, but you do
You could
catch
totally
yourself
make that.
on the lip and catch up. This is way more enjoyable, and I hate the rules of long jumping that D&D has, that it's 1 equivalent to your score. That's insane.
Yeah,
that
that's
means
fair.
at 20 strength, it's 20-foot long jump. Do you have any
Imagine
idea how
jumping
far that
20
is?
feet.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
not
that's
doing that.
absurd.
We're gonna do that divided by 2 because it'll keep it realistic to some degree.
So it's just gonna be your score divided by 2.
Yes, that'll be at least feasible to some degree, you know.
So if they roll, oh, wait,
Is it rounded
just
up
one
or down
roll?
though?
We'll do rounded. What have I been doing? I've been doing rounded down, right?
Up,
No,
yeah.
up. I've been doing
Oh,
rounded up, so we'll keep it
up,
rounded
yeah.
up.
I think it should
Wait,
depend
so-
on the roll.
Yeah, when you said
If you
before,
roll
it's
better,
four.
you get that extra. If you roll
Oh,
worse,
that's fair.
you
Okay, I like
yeah.
that. I like that. Okay. Well, in this case, Yubo rolled shit, so he didn't make it. You can make a roll if you want, Kaden. You can just roll a d20.
Or can I just swim across it?
Yes, you can. I don't know. I
do
just
that.
figured you wanted to jump like Yubo wanted to, but yeah, you could just kind of like swim and paddle across, no problem.
Wait.
Stand up.
Way through it, yeah.
Yep, Yubo, you smash your shins on the other lip on the other side. It hurts a little bit. Kind of makes you feel bad, but you guys are through.
Yeah, I'll take 1 point of damage for that, I guess.
You don't have to, but okay, that makes me feel better. But you guys
On the
are
honor system.
on.
Why not?
Yeah. What a bonding moment. You guys are on the other side, and you just some rubble on the ground when you first appear. You can see a sconce on this side that was once upon a time lit, but has since been poured out with a massive geyser of water that came through. And
Wait, how'd that happen?
because the water came out and hit the sides. Okay, never mind. My bad. You got me on that. Sure enough, just as you notice that, a healing potion comes down, clinks off your forehead, and drops to the floor beside your feet.
Alright, thank you,
Ahead.
Kanan. You did more than me.
Yeah. I guess I'll use it.
Okay. You see ahead of you that there are 2 barrels. One you can just see a little bit of off to the side, but they're storage barrels with, you know, different types of fruits and vegetables and such placed in it.
I want to investigate the rubble.
Okay. Well, you don't even need to, man. Your passive investigation is good enough. It's just rubble that has dropped out of the ceiling and onto here from either seismic activity or rumblings in the earth or whatever the case be, and just fallen off.
Does it look unstable if I look around?
This
Like the
space here,
ceiling stuff? Yeah.
give me an perception check for that. Kaden, you make your way forward into this. What you can see is... Go ahead.
Can I light the torch back?
Yeah,
Or
of
is it-
course.
Okay.
You go first, of course.
Let's do that.
Yeah, let's put that right there. Whoops. That right there. Changing on the last second. 10 feet. There we go. All right. The torch is relit on this side. You can't quite make out what's over there, but you can see 3 other small sconces on the wall. Very, very small flickering of light. The pool of water that's here extends into the room and displaces in that direction. But yeah, you just see those three sconces, lights on the wall. You can't quite make out if it's unstable earth around this space. You will. This is why we stay together.
But it was more funny this way.
I agree. Way cool.
Well, I'll keep on exploring. I'll check into the barrels, I guess.
All right. Turning around the corner, you see that this is a living quarters for some individual. It's got a very, very nice fancy bed, a bear fur, a small campfire that was once upon a time used, but there's just ashes here. A fairly ornate chair, like a nice chair, nothing too special. You don't have to carry it out because I know your guys' MO. And a table with a small candle that, well, what is now a small candle, but a large pool of wax that has melted around its base, and the flame is still kind of going. Oh, and there's also a pool of water with like a nice arrangement of stone around it over here.
Can we discern if it's water from the pellet or if it was already there? Does it look like it's old and still water, or?
I'll say with you, both of you guys have passive perceptions, you can tell that this is fairly stale water. This has been here long before the geyser of liquid that came by.
All right, I still want to check into the 2 barrels.
Okay, they have fruits and vegetables, food, sustenance, effectively cured meats.
Does it look fresh, or?
Well, they're, for the most part, the fruit are kind of starting to get that wrinkly brown appearance to them. The meats are cured, so they've been here for a while. They're
Right.
dried meats. They're fine.
Okay. Well, Ken, what you want to check?
Cannonball into the water, you won't.
Well, so that candle's still lit, so it may mean somebody's still close by, unless it was that person that hit the bottom of the trap. Let's investigate that pool of water and the lights around it.
All right.
Okay, give me investigation checks.
What does that when you give you?
I'll tell you in just a second while I flip over to it in the monster manual.
No, no, wait.
Oh no!
A monster manual.
For fuck's sake, about this.
I heard pages and I went, oh no.
I thought you'd like that. There we go. I'm here on the page. Okay, so who gets to that 20?
I just give something I can't enjoy. What the fuck?
Oh my god. Okay, you guys make your way over to the small pool of water, and as you're looking through it, your dark vision U-boat lets you carry through beyond the surface, and you can tell that this is a fairly deep space. It goes down roughly about 22 feet ish. And then curls down and hooks over to a different space below. You, however, just before it happens, can recognize in the water a very similar, because you were right beside it last time, face that appeared out of the water and almost re-emerges with it. You saw this twice in your past. Once, you saw it when you were when you were fighting the Rat King, when you were fighting that person. And then you also saw
The
it.
elf, essentially.
Yeah, the elf.
Oh no, the tentacle thing that was hitting us.
Yes, and it was in the water that she had imbued it with.
Okay.
And then you also saw it in the last shrine, the last temple in underneath Mirror Lake. When you looked through your octopus's eyes, it was in the liquid down there. You've seen this before, and you have a moment to do something if you wish.
I want to back away, and I just yell, "Kanan, watch out!"
And before you have a chance to react here, Kaden, you watch as a little bit of pool of liquid comes up and a tendril comes out and tries to whip it towards you. Ooh, it's a natural 19 plus 5. You take 13 points of bludgeoning damage, and I need you to give me a athletics or acrobatics check.
I wonder which one he's going with.
Oh, never mind. It's automatic. The water curls up around you, and you feel the water from the ground, the geyser of it that just flooded, pool up to have you get tethered to it, and it begins to pull you towards the pool. You are not pulled in, but you are currently grappled. You're right on the edge. To escape it, it'll be an acrobatics. I think it's acrobatics.
Is he grappled by water?
Yes, he is. So a tendril of liquid has come out and has grabbed him, and now you can see this entire like hissing face of whatever this creature is in the water.
So I could cast Destroy Water on that and free him, essentially. Maybe.
Prefer if you didn't, but yes. In complete honesty, you're just like,
I'd prefer if you did, but yes, you can.
yes, you can. You entirely can.
Because that's definitely what I would do.
That's exactly
I
what
would
it is.
definitely try to destroy 30 gallon of water if I. 30
I
feet of
mean,
water.
what else do you want to do? It's well, you already had a turn. Kaden, it's your turn. What do you want to do here?
I'll just shoot an arrow at the face. Like, how does it have me grappled? Is it like wrapped around like my arms and stuff, or is it
No,
just like
you can attack still. It just has you tethered so that you can't walk away. You can attempt to leave, but that takes your action to do so.
Okay, yeah.
Make an attack
Shoot an arrow at its face.
You have a disadvantage. You are beside it, within 5 feet of you. That's with disadvantage?
Yes.
Holy damn, dude. Oh, you rolled 2 12s. Nice. You turn around and fire your arrow straight into it. No problem whatsoever. And you do 8 damage. Nice. It kind of like recoils a little bit, but it's still tethered to you.
Follow up with another arrow.
Go for it. That does
Yeah,
not
I'm
hit. This time you fire and it just goes into the liquid and kind of just undulates and drops to the base of this pool. All right, that's in your turn. Yubo, what do you want to do?
I will cast Create or Destroy Water to destroy water.
How does this work?
I don't know yet.
You had all this time to figure it out. You didn't.
I know, because I was thinking, okay, what the fuck was this gonna happen? Do I just want to destroy the bottom of the well?
You seem so bothered by it. We thought you might have known.
The way it works is just it simply destroys water. It doesn't do damage per se, but it removes anything water. So I don't know
Water.
exactly. So I don't know how you want to work with that. I don't know. Okay.
It just destroys it. It gets rid of it.
You walk up, seeing your opportunity to really commune with the teachings of Ra, and you reach your hand down and begin to command this water to no longer be what it is. And in an instant, you watch as this large portion of this water just immediately begins to bubble and become fog as it just hits the ceiling as just mist. And this entire space now is very humid and moist, but the water creature just got shit on.
Wet water creature.
I mean, I didn't expect to use it in combat, but you know, it works.
It works. Yep.
It worked very well.
So,
Okay, so-
can we see it in the pool at this point? Like,
You can.
is
can
there
see
still
down.
water in there?
Yeah, so it you destroy 10 greater than 10
30 feet cube.
You see all the way to the
not
bottom
30 feet cubed.
as there is only about 4 feet of water at the about 3 feet of water at the bottom where the lip opens up.
No, you
see-
only destroy 10 gallons. It's only 30-foot cube if it's fog.
Oh, you're right. You're right. It's 10 gallons of water. You're right.
So you would have displaced about 10 feet roughly, with a gallon a foot, square foot. Sure. You complete still the same metric. There's no, it changes. There's about 12 feet of water at the bottom, and you can see to the bottom of this pool, but you can see that at the very base, about 3 feet off the bottom, it curls into some other location.
Okay. So, through my investigation earlier, did we find anything from the sconce themselves?
No.
No. Okay.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me double check. Yes, this is the room. Apologies. Yeah, no. You see some etchings in where the sconce, like the base of the skull, sconces are. Some runic etchings of them. You don't know what the hell they are, neither do Kenan. You guys have never seen these before.
Okay, well, that's cute. I want to dive into the pool.
No problem. You plummet 10 feet down, because there's 10 feet of no water, and then there's water. Kenan, you joining him?
Not yet.
Okay. You go down below, and you look at, between a 3-foot space, and it's a fairly tight space to crawl beyond, but your eyesight takes you 20-ish feet in this small, narrow location, and it seems to open up, but...
Okay.
Where?
I'll leave my rat with Kanan because right now my rat is wet and not having fun. So I'll throw my rat to Kanan, and I'll swim into.
Okay.
I'll catch the mouse and perch it on my shoulder.
It likes you. You start to swim through this very, very narrow compartment. It is... If you had claustrophobia, you would pass out. It's just very tight. It's like caving style. And you're forcing and wedging yourself through this waterlogged space. And eventually you surface to another space and find another tunnel to go up higher. And as you begin to go to the surface, you see and come into view of another chamber. And immediately breaking the water, you get this foul stench of rotting flesh and carcasses that have just been piled up on top of one another for who knows how long. Off to the right side, there's a large hole in the wall of that has been caved in this on towards your right side. Your passive perception immediately picks up the remains of an extremely large, very familiar Nutoj giant that you had just recently killed. Give me a history check.
Story. Not great.
Yep, nope. That's all you see. The arms are torn apart. The body is just borderline fully devoured, but looking bad.
I mean, from my perspective, if there's a Nutoj giant being torn apart, I probably don't want to be around too much. So I will dive down and go back to my hole.
Logical.
I mean, I can breathe underwater right now, so I can explore a little bit around. Like I don't really care.
I didn't know you could breathe underwater. That's cool.
Yeah. So I will explore like the pool itself to see if there's anything.
There's
but
nothing
as soon
else.
as I
There's nothing else. That room was once something else and has become converted by something else into something else.
That is the most vague way of saying that.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't know, so I can't just tell him. Doesn't make any sense.
Something else became something else because
I
it was
forgot-
once something else, but something else made it into something else, you know?
I forgot everything of everything, so I know nothing.
Exactly.
I'm literally Jon Snow without the snow, just water.
Perfect.
So I'll go back into the hole and
You surface up on the other side, but now are 10 feet below the surface.
Good
is that
job.
a rope cannon?
I do.
Yeah, no problem. I just wanted to make it more annoying for you guys. You drop the rope down, and you're able to climb out of this little tiny well or back into this space together.
So I'll just explain to him what I saw, just real quick.
Okay, while you
Take
guys are
my
doing
rat
that,
back.
we're gonna switch our attention back to the other two that are together at the monolith. So, you two are here, have had ample time to explore around the monolith and have found those extremely old structures, rudimentary, made out of just whatever haphazardly from who knows how long ago. What have you guys been doing?
I'm just gonna tell Thorfinn I'm going inside this monolith thing to see what's there.
Okay, I'll follow.
Sure. You walk in and you can see that the wall in front of you has openings to the left and right. And then making your way to the back of this, you see what would be described as an extremely large sconce, not a sconce, a basin of oil that has an ember that is currently roaring in the center of it. It's a little awkward, not awkward, but odd in the sense that this flame does not seem to spread to the edges, but is contained in the center of where it is located.
If I put my hand towards it, is it hot?
Which hand are you using?
The one with the symbol on it, because, you know, that symbol's been fucking everywhere, apparently.
You place the symbol with the Allfather's mark on it into the flame, and you feel no heat. You feel no warmth. You feel no pain.
Hey Thorfinn, fire not hot with symbol hand.
As he finishes his comment, Thorfinn, you watch as Norback goes unconscious and just plummets to the ground right beside you.
Oh,
Oh shit. Okay.
fire not hot.
Wait, what? Okay, I am gonna go check on him, see if he's alive.
Yeah, you start to pat him down and take a look at him. He's perfectly healthy. He's got vitals. He's breathing. Nothing really wrong with him. You just notice that his entire hand is engulfed in flame. And it doesn't hurt for you to touch his hand at all. It doesn't seem to be burning his skin, but it is just fully engulfed in flame up to his wrist.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing. Put my marked hand on
You
the
put
phone.
it in there, you feel nothing, no pain. It feels great. You pull away and you're looking at it. All right. So the other two, you guys are in this room together. What are you guys
I
doing?
mean, yeah, we
I
are.
love the moment I finish my comment. I just plop to the ground like, yeah, there's a different problem. It's not hot, but different problem.
Yeah, it's entirely different problem. All right. So what are you guys doing in here?
Well, I want to check if there's anything on that table here.
Okay, so at an immediate appearance, there is not, but rifling through the drawers here, you find that this seems to be the housing compartment or location for Osmos. This is where he seems to reside. So that table that you're looking through has a bunch of different parchments and papers. A bunch of them refer to the activity of the different factions of the world working together, and it verifies that the diamond distribution of the world is being targeted. Before it was just a kind of a idea thrown in the air. This verifies it, and it talks about how it is necessary for their plans to go forward. It talks about how they are currently moving towards the Shattered Lands to try and find more information on how to make the automatons, the prototype automatons that they have, and that's it. That's all it mentions. The most important information.
Does it identify Osmo as being responsible of the set? Like, does
Yes.
it directly link Osmo to the issue of the diamonds and all these
Yes.
things, like
No.
specifically? Okay.
He's not the ringleader when it comes to the diamonds and things, but he is a very, very high position holder for the events happening in this particular city. So you imagine
Right.
that there are probably
Okay.
others in different locations, but he seems to be the overseer of the activity here.
In other words, this document will link this man to the situation that just happened in the basement of the library.
Probably.
Okay. So I'll keep these documents in case they can be useful.
Sure.
And I'll mention what I found to Kanan. I guess we can leave. I don't think there's much to find here.
Yeah.
And there's another path down there that we can check if you want.
Okay, let's do that.
At this point, I have no idea that my friends are basically, well, for intent purposes, dying.
Yeah, you have no idea. You have no idea where they went.
We're just having a really good old sleep. Hand might be a little on fire, but that's besides the point.
A little bit, itty bitty bit. But-
That's irrelevant.
All right, you guys make your way through, and
Okay,
the
look here.
path to the right diverges yet again into two directions. One ahead of you and one that leads up further north, and that one has a sconce on the wall, fairly well lit and
Let's
still
go where
warm.
there's no light.
Okay, you make your way down this way, and in the ground here is another one of those crashed in wall spaces, rubble spread out across the floor here, and it's just a hole in the wall. Goes further.
Okay, I'll stealth in though.
Give me a stealth check.
What stuff?
Oh, what? Well, I think I'm very sneaky. So.
That about checks out with everything.
You know, when you
stealth it.
when you have an emotion and you start flipping through the monster manual, I never know how to feel.
Have you ever known for me to flip through a monster manual to give you a friend?
No, exactly.
So you tell me.
Maybe you
I
should
know you're gonna
sometime.
do it when you mentioned it.
Yeah.
Where's the fun in that? When you guys don't take clear
I mean,
hints.
I
Oh,
guess
you're-
technically that brain that we slaughtered was supposed to help us.
It was, and then you guys did it. So you know.
It didn't look friendly.
No,
It
no,
was
it
a
did not.
brain vomiting on things.
So you appear into this space. You start to crawl through slowly, but then the ground starts to tremble as this creature has the whatever sense is it's called, tremor sense, and it starts to come, and you can feel the rumbling, and instinctively you start to back up. But ahead of you can see this very sleek shaped head, familiar to you from the caravan investigation that came out and took the giant corpse that was remaining on the roadside and left a giant crater in its wake.
Oh, this is not good.
Hurtling towards you as it comes and does a 23 hit.
Yes.
You take 30 points of bludgeoning damage as it comes hurtling towards you, hits you square in the chest, and shoots you past 20 feet. 10, 20 feet, and it is currently in this space, and it hasn't fully done like the excavation process, but it's still sleek enough where it's kind of able to make its way through, and it moves 10
Run
feet.
away.
And it moves
Okay.
10 feet.
Canyon, not good. I'm gonna fuck off. Wait, let me think what I'm
Oh,
gonna be
no,
doing.
combat
I will
music.
fuck off.
Combat
I
music!
will,
Kaden, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
Initiative.
We could roll initiative. Let's roll initiative. That's funner to me. Let's roll initiative.
So you can wipe us before we get to do something.
Yeah, I feel.
I like how both of us, all of us, are not great situation.
This is the stupidest
So-
thing fucking ever. This session. Kaden, you're first. Go.
you're probably stealth right now, right?
Yeah, Kanan rolled 25 for stealth.
And not
Yeah,
20
but-
on stealth.
Stealth is overwritten when the monster's just there, and there's only one tunnel, and it sees you. You
For
can't
the
hide.
record, for the record, I just want to throw it out there that when Goldor isn't at the party, our average IQ dropped really, really low.
Yeah.
It dropped from above average to
Oh my
below.
god. Oh my god. Okay.
Is this an animal? I don't even know what it is.
It is not.
Okay.
It's a monstrosity.
Of course it is.
I just want you to know these are the runes you use. This thing exists because of you.
For fuck's sake!
Wait, what?
You have found the consequences of your actions.
I was under the impression there was no consequences.
There's no consequences. Listen, he saw the room. I thought he would have caught on the hint that whatever is in that room eating a giant.
But we don't
Was-
know its names.
You failed your history check. I can't make it up. So he just handed it to you. Kaden, what are you doing?
Well, I'm gonna set down my cordon of arrows.
Okay.
So there's that.
So there's that.
Have you tried leaving?
And then I want to back up, like right here, and probably that's it for now.
Okay.
Actually, no. I'm gonna do a health potion. and
All right.
then-
You go and you start to take your health potion, and in the nervousness, you drop your bow out of your hand. It's just like butterfingered it out. All right, in your turn.
So I didn't get to take my health potion.
Oh,
down
you do,
really
you do.
real-
You still get to
oh,
have the
okay.
health potion. It just means next turn you gotta bonus action pick it up. All right, Yubo, what do you want to do?
I don't know. I want to run away. That's for goddamn sure.
Then move.
So I'm gonna move to there.
Okay,
Wait, I need to still see it.
you can.
Honestly.
You can see just a bit of it from where you were.
Okay. Well, okay. Also, I can see it.
Right.
And I will. Let me see. Let me just check real quick if there's any utility I can use to kind of slow this bitch down.
This is the stupidest thing ever. You guys sprung both monsters in this dungeon. Like, what the fuck? Oh my god.
Mind you, it's only these two.
I
that
know.
are destroying most
I
of them.
know.
And the damage dealers are taking a nap.
Yeah, they are. They have no way
Well,
out.
I will literally just. I'll Eldritch Blast them. This thing. There's nothing else I can
All
really do
right,
that's
go
smart.
for it. Give me that Eldritch Blast. Oh my
Two
god.
damage dealers are taking a nap, and the two idiots have just
This
like.
is one. This is the other one.
They both miss. It just bounces off its extremely thick hide.
Way to go, start finishing the thing, both of you.
I will drink a health potion with my bonus
This
action.
couldn't have gone anywhere.
It moves forward 10 feet, and it can dash. It's gonna go another 10 feet, and it is now officially in the clearing. Kaden, your turn.
Okay, it's gonna have to, since it ended its turn next to the thing, it has to do dexterity saving throw.
It failed.
It'll take-
Roll the
Okay,
4.
that's good. Alright, so it will take, move that other way. 1 damage, that's nice. Good start. I'm going to pick up my bow and shoot an arrow at it, I guess.
Okay, go for it.
That's gonna miss.
That misses. Come on,
That's
man.
I will move back a little bit
You can
forward.
fire twice a turn.
Not,
No, you said
I
you
had,
take
I had to
his-
pick up my.
That's
Oh.
your bonus action is not attached. Sorry, your second
Yeah.
action
Oh, okay.
is not is not connected to your bonus action. That is part of the same action. So you basically just get, as long as you attack twice, no matter what.
Oh, I thought there was something in the last session that
Nope.
said I could. I didn't.
That
Okay.
that was with Thorfinn because he likes to do the
That was mine, yeah.
the bonus action like
Oh,
just
fair,
extra.
fair.
No,
for
there
my
was
bonus.
there was. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. There was something when I jumped up on the counter. I was going to do something, and then you said I couldn't do it because it's. But oh well, we'll take my second shot.
Telling you now, go for it. Oh yeah, that is nice. What's the math on that? Okay, all right, and your turn.
Is it critical?
Nope. It is certainly not critical. Yubo.
Okay.
I don't know why you guys aren't running. Like,
Catch up. Like, I'm gonna
You're
unleash the
taking a
rat.
nap right now. You.
Okay, shut the
you know
fuck
what?
up.
You're right. I'll fuck off. My bad.
I will unleash the rat, which I don't have an icon for, but I'll figure something out. Then I'll use this bitch for it.
Perfect.
I will move. And I will cast. Where is it? Cloud of Daggers.
Where are you gonna put
And I
it?
will cast it right there in its way.
You can draw a space if you want there.
Yeah, I just need to figure out. Okay, this thing here.
Okay.
Draw a shape.
Not bad.
This. There.
Shoot the smallest square.
I think it worked.
It did. All right. Well,
Um,
anything else? Sorry.
I will move the rat after when I figure out how to select things. I'll move the rat there.
Are there any
Actually, yeah.
issues with the rat being on top? Okay. All right. First thing, it's going to move forward. Is there any issues with it moving to the arrows? Does anything happen?
Well, it needs to do another dexterity saving throw or take damage.
Okay.
It's
Dexterity
on
saving
its
throw.
start and end if it's in the.
Okay, you got a 7, so it fails. Another damage. It is going to go into the cloud of daggers. So what is happening there? Ooh, nice.
44. Let me calculate it.
Okay. So it will be on top of your stuff here.
12
Nice.
damage. If it matters. Slashing damage.
That does not matter. And it will make an attack roll towards your mouse. Got another 19. Your mouse is dead. Took
Yes.
30 damage. And then it goes 5, 10. It is. It's wide enough. 10, 15. Oh my god. That's tight again. 15. 5. That's as far as they can get right there. That's the end of the
Okay.
turn. Can you?
Another dexterity saving throw for him.
How far do I have to be from this thing?
It's 30 feet.
What the? That's 4. God damn it, dude. All right, damage.
Man, it's not very dexterous, is it?
No, it has a 0 dex. That's why I rolled a flat 20 on its initiative.
So it failed?
Oh yeah, I failed.
Okay.
I rolled a 4.
Well, take another one then. That
Nice.
sucks.
All right. That.
Okay,
yep.
I'm gonna bring Mira in. If you can pull my icon for me.
Yeah, I got you. Okay. Familiars, Mira, right there. Okay.
Okay. Let me fix this health.
I'm over here trying to freaking DJ and
Okay.
fade music in. and out.
I'm gonna move back and launch some arrows.
Go for it, man. I'm expecting these to hit. That hits. Okay.
Okay, we'll infuse that. We're gonna do fire then,
Okay.
and then I will shoot another arrow.
Make it happen. Ooh.
It did.
Ooh, it's not looking great. You boys, your turn.
Oh wait, Mira's gonna bite as well.
Okay. Give me an attack roll on Mira. Oh,
Hell yeah!
it is bloodied. Yes,
Okay,
yes.
halfway.
It is bloodied.
I will Eldritch Blast it.
Okay, go for it. Does not hit.
This is twice, and both miss.
Yes, they do. You gotta put that in the
And-
macro, man.
I will move there. And
Ooh, Yubo, reroll your last Eldritch Blast. You were given advantage. You
Oh.
watched as all of a sudden.
Wow, it didn't help.
I mean,
you can stop there.
yeah.
I will summon a tentacle, however, before I move. I just thought about it. And I will summon it beside Mira. I'll use.
Don't you
this
have to be able
for-
to see?
Before I move. It's just
Oh, okay,
because
okay.
it's,
I gotcha.
Let me just try and find it. There you go.
I think it
I'll
looks
put it there. I need to find the fucking roll for this thing. I don't have it at hand. Sorry. Warlock. It is a. It attacks. Yeah, it's just my spell casting ability. Okay. So,
okay. That hits.
does that hit?
Yep.
Woo! It will take 1d8.
Its AC is 17.
Alright. So it'll take 8 damage.
Damn.
It is cold damage.
Jesus. Okay, nice. It is its turn. It will.
Roll for dexterity.
I rolled a 19. I saved. Does anything happen on a save? Do I take half? While you figure that out, I'm going
By the
to.
way, the creature is slowed by 10.
Okay, he's gonna attack Mira. That is a 19 to hit. Mira will take 30 points of damage. Goodbye.
Hey,
5,
tentacle.
10. Tentacle isn't something I can move past it, can't I?
Yeah, it's ethereal.
Yeah, screw that thing then. I don't care. 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, that's as far as it can get. Oh! Okay, and it's your
Great.
turn.
And they split up.
Okay, I'm gonna longbow attack.
Go for it. Make it happen. Ooh!
God damn. Just reroll.
Nice crit. Yeah, I'd re-roll that one. So you have 1. Re-roll a d8. Okay, nice. So 6 plus 2. So you did 8 points of damage. Okay, it is critical now.
Okay, I'm gonna do another longbow attack.
Make it happen. Does not hit. It bounces off of its really thick hide on its face. Yubo.
I'm getting out of the way too.
5, 30. God damn it! I give you a dexterity check because I'm within 30 feet. That's a
No,
16.
it's out of ammo.
Oh, I like
That
that.
was 4 pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how chat doesn't even know where anything is anymore. There's like nothing happening because nobody's over there. All right, Yuba, what are you doing? You can't see it anymore. You can't see your ally. Oh,
Can
now
I
you
see
see
it from
Kaden.
there?
You still can't see it. Oh yeah, you can. You can see like the edge of it.
There's a tip.
Yep.
All right, I will use my bonus action to move the tentacle.
Okay.
I think I got it here. And I'll move it there,
Okay.
and I will attack it with the tentacle.
That hits.
18. Okay. It does 7 cold damage plus 10 feet of slow.
Yep.
I will use 2 Eldritch Blast. And they do. Wait, what is the.
They both hit.
Just take the first one. I don't know why they 2 rolls.
You're both your hit attacks roll hits.
Yes.
So those are the 2. Oh, I
So
see.
it's
They're
9,
2
it's
damage.
9 plus 5. It's just
That's
because I
14.
double click.
Okay. That's the end of its turn. For your turn.
Yeah, this is as far as I can go. I have no idea where it is. I'm terrified.
Okay. All right, it's your turn, Kanan.
I can't see it, can I?
Nope.
Okay, I will. I'll move.
By the way, in D&D, you can ready an action. So readied action is something that you pre-plan, right? So it's like, oh, this monster keeps hiding behind a wall at the end of its turn. Well, you ready an action to say, the next time it pops out, I'll fire an arrow from where I am. So you end your turn on that readied action, but it's in anticipation for something. So you don't have to throw yourself into danger for no reason. And waste
But
your
you
turn.
can't move, right? If you're ready in action, you move.
You can move and do all your stuff, but your action you can ready at the end of it all.
Yeah,
So like
it's your
Kanan could
action,
go
basically.
even further away and then ready an action in case it comes out towards them. As an example.
Okay, so
Okay.
let's say I'm like ready to action. Can I run past that thing and shoot the arrow and keep moving?
Well, that would just be a normal turn then,
Yeah.
right? You just do your normal
Yeah.
movement and then attack and continue your movement if you still have movement to do. But a ready action would be something like this, right? So you were wherever you were. I don't know where you were.
I was right there. I
Yeah,
think.
so let's say you went to here and you're like, in the event that it comes out the tunnel, I'm going to ready my action to fire an arrow at it. And that's it.
Okay,
So you gain...
I don't want to be that far
Yeah,
away in case
example.
something happens toward like it goes after you, but I want to be able
Sure.
to jump in and help.
Just an example, but yeah.
If I did move like right here, I can kind of see in the tunnel. Can I fire an arrow blindly in there and hope it hits?
You can't. You can fire an arrow. Yeah, go for it. Make an attack roll.
Or well, I'll move in a little bit closer then.
You still can't see it.
Okay,
No.
I'll just shoot an arrow down that hallway.
Okay, go for it. All right.
That's it.
Yep. All right. That's the end of your turn. Okay, Yubo, your turn.
Well,
Wait, unless you want to do something else.
I'm gonna shoot another arrow. Why
Go
not?
for
I
it.
mean, if,
Sorry.
if it hits, it hits. If it doesn't,
Yeah,
it
I don't
doesn't.
want to stop you. Go for it. Make a second attack roll.
Well, that one's not gonna do
That
it.
one definitely doesn't go. If it could hit the tentacle, it does, but it doesn't. So Yubo.
Did we feel any tremors or anything? Like we didn't feel anything.
You didn't feel you felt movement, but that's all you
Okay.
get.
Because I got the fucking feeling that this thing decided to dig down and come up underneath us at some point. Well, I don't know that for now, so I'm just gonna try and move in a little bit to see something.
I don't know that for now, and I don't really want to know.
Yeah, basically. Okay, I'll move there and I'll drink a potion. I think it's the only thing I can really do. Do I still have potions? Yeah, I do. Okay. I'll drink a potion and I will ready a Eldritch Blast since there's not much else I can do.
Okay, that's the end of your turn, and all right, cool. Sounds good. You guys are out of combat. Which was music off.
Kanan, I refuse. Let's go after it.
I'm okay with that.
I don't want to be surprised by a weird snake thing.
So we got it.
Hole.
We got him pretty worn down. Might as well take advantage of that.
Okay. You guys are gonna run down in this tunnel?
Like, whoa.
Maybe not running down into it.
Okay, move yourselves accordingly. You're out of combat, so you have as much movement as you want to use.
And, it's like this. I'll move up to there.
You don't see it?
And I will bring the tentacle, which can move 30 feet.
This is like a game of cat and mouse. You guys are just like, is it here? Is it here?
I like it.
Is it nerve-wracking?
I'll move there, and I'll bring the tentacle.
You don't see it.
I'll move here.
Yeah, I still don't see it.
You know, when you say we still don't see it, I feel like it's still there. That's why we still don't see it.
I'm gonna go stealth.
Give me a stealth check.
I will cure wound myself.
Okay. You guys crack me up, man. Okay, Kaden,
Hey, we're terrified, okay?
you feel sufficiently stealth. This is why I love the dynamic lighting. It produces this effect.
Okay.
The best part is
Kaden,
we're just having a nap.
you turn around the corner and you see ahead of you a hole that descends down. You're not sure how deep, but you can see the light from the sconce on the wall here emanates across it. Damn it, I have to make this.
I will move here.
Okay, you both. There's still a hole in the wall for you.
Do I see anything through it?
It's a hole in the wall that something crashed out of, and it goes for a distance. There's nothing in it, as per say the creature.
No, I mean, yeah, we can't see anything. Like, as far as I can look into the hole, I don't see anything.
Yep.
That's great.
I'm
I
gonna
like
roll
that.
a die.
No, don't.
You didn't even roll the die.
I'm aware.
He's picking out which one of us is about to get fucked.
Okay. What are you guys doing?
Showing my pants.
And then follow it by prestidigitation.
The people who have that aren't here right now.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't see anything other than this hole in the ground, right?
Yeah, your line of sight doesn't take you far enough to be able to see beyond that too much more, but yes, that all you see is that hole in the ground and the tunnel continuing beyond it. There's no creature here for you.
Okay, so I'll start heading back over toward Yubo then if it's just a dead end for me.
Okay, it's at this point that you begin to turn the corner and you start to feel the ground shake and tremble as the wall to your immediate right, Kanan, bursts open and the creature comes crashing through and collides with you in particular for a 19 to hit. You are going to take 30 points of piercing damage as it hits you, and then its sharp, pointy beak basically pierces you with the edge of this corner on the cavern, and it is back in the opening. Actually,
telekinetic reprisal.
Oh, how does that work? Oh, it's right there.
Yeah.
Reaction to emanate kinetic energy. The creature will deal damage. Must make a strength saving throw. Nat 20. Woo! All right.
Damn.
On a failed save, the creature takes 2d8 damage and is pushed. On a failed save?
On a successful save, creature takes half as much damage.
Oh,
and
you
is
have that
pushed.
reversed. Okay, on a successful save. Yeah, never mind. You have it right. Okay. You still do damage though. You could actually still kill this thing.
So it's 2d8.
Yes, you still could kill this thing. I'm not even joking you. It has 5 health left. You did, and it's saved. It would have taken half. You literally do exactly right there. 5. You do exactly the amount of damage that you need. What does this look like? What does your telekinetic reprisal look like?
Smash its brains onto the wall.
Okay, perfect. Just all of a sudden comes up, pierces you against the wall, and just from nothingness, its head just splits open like a shotgun shell, just or a blast hit it against the wall, and it just slopes down and just slides to the ground dead.
Well, that was close.
Yeah, it looks like you've seen better days.
Okay, that's the third time Kanan has been like in danger.
Yeah.
I'm
rolled
gonna
for it.
say that, Kanan. I have no more spells for you.
I'm gonna take a potion.
I mean, I'd be inclined to find a spot to rest, honestly, at this point.
Oh yeah, we could do that. You want to get back out to where it's a little more open and not in these little corridors.
Yeah. I mean, there's always a little tunnel with the. I don't want to take a rest because the boss guy is likely to come down.
Well, I'm gonna drink a potion just to
Yeah, that's safe.
knock some of this death off of me. That helps a lot. Also,
I will use the Pearl of Power to gain one more spell, level 3 for. I'm guessing I need to decide which class I want to have it as. I'm assuming.
So I
Well,
believe that one specifically
There we go.
allows you to store. Check at it. Hold on a second. What was the name of that item again? Pearl of Power.
Pearl of Power. Yeah.
No, you just get to regain. It is yours. It's just a spell slot. So you get a level 3 spell slot. And even though you're a warlock and you cast at max, this is an item connected spell slot. So it'll be a level 3 of your list, but it'll be a level 3 of that, of whatever you
Right. So my question is, do I have to specify if I want it for my cleric class or for my warlock class?
Yes, you do. Well, no, you don't, because it would
Okay.
be, it's what's available to you.
Yeah, whichever I'm gonna consume it as.
Yeah, exactly. It's available to you.
Okay. I'll get it as cleric and I'll cast Cure Wound. I mean, level 1 because I'm level 1, but I'll cast it on Kanan.
But it's a level 3 because the
But I'm
spell
pretty sure
slot-
I can't cast it to level 3.
You can't, but this item is allowing you to.
Oh, so
This
I can upcast it
becomes
to
a level
3 if I
3
want
slot.
to.
Yeah, this is a
Okay,
level 3
I
slot.
thought you gave me a slot up to level 3.
No, it becomes. I believe it becomes a level 3, unless I worded it as up to. Oh, it's up to. Never mind. You're right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Apologies. This is like the second
you
time
still
it's been
get
used
those.
in 20 something sessions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you still get a cure wound though. It's pretty good.
You get 19 now total. You get 219.
I mean, the
Wait, what?
regular Pearl of Power is just a third level slot, but the one you gave him probably worded however.
Yeah, it was to anyway, it's fine. Okay. Well, we have no idea where the two other idiots are. We just took a shit ton of damage. What do you say we try and find them?
yeah. So hopefully they're
when they find out.
having as much fun as we are. Let's go get them.
Yeah. Is there any like trophy we can take from that beast? Like, and like just like a memento, like the beak or an eye, like something gruesome, but that reminds us that we killed that thing.
Yeah, you could take a portion of its like shell plating, like one of the plates on it.
Yeah, I'll take a piece just for
Sure.
memento purposes.
No problem. Easy enough to do.
All right.
Or a claw or something. It's up to you.
Yeah, our claw makes sense.
Yeah. More of a monster
Okay.
thing. Okay.
I'll go first since I'm less dying.
Less dying.
How long does the tentacle last for? Alright, that's 1 minute, so I'll just leave it there. Fuck it. Okay. I'm gonna realign the light like towards the center, just because it was fun goofing around, but
Alright, there you go.
Can we see them through that?
Nope.
No. Okay.
You have no idea where they are. They're no longer anywhere to be seen or heard.
it's just a disjointed situation.
It really this is exactly why you don't split the party in D&D. Exactly why.
Wow, we're killing it.
I mean, they had their own plans. Me and Sparky
That's
went together, and we may have taken a nap.
We're killing it. We're doing so darn good.
I mean, we're killing things, that's for damn sure. Ourselves
yourselves
included.
mainly.
Yeah. I mean, objectively, I don't know where they are. We just know they went this way. So at this point, I'm just gonna go up.
Okay. Yeah, you make your way up, and it's another tunnel that goes off into basically a dead end. It looks like somebody had tried to excavate this space out to try to locate whatever they're finding, but just found nothing, so just came back. It's just a dead end tunnel up here.
If I continue there, it's a dead end.
Yep, it just goes to a dead end. It does not yield you anything. There's nothing up here. Like there's literally nothing.
So you're telling me don't go there? Okay.
No, it is literally just a dead end. There is literally nothing up there. You can keep exploring.
I would still.
Yeah, that literally
It's
is
a
as far
dead
as it goes. Yes.
Okay.
It is.
It's a dead end, Kanan. Let's go back.
Yeah. Not everything has a purpose to it. You're in an excavated space.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. But we have to try.
Fair. I respect it.
All right, guys.
No reply.
I don't like this, Kanan.
This is. You think they're dead?
I don't know. I don't know where they are. Let's go around.
Let's do that.
There's no way if they encountered the same things we did, they're alive.
Oh, they're too stupid for that.
You guys continue exploring, and you still have not found them. You continue down tunnels and passageways and corridors that have been etched out by creatures or people unsure, especially now having seen one of the potential residents of this space. You find yourself connecting back to where you were earlier, which is now even more difficult to traverse with this giant hole in the middle. But you're back in the main
That
chamber.
explains the map. All right. I want to investigate the statues.
Okay. You spend a little bit of time with them. Your passive investigation's plenty. You learn nothing special. They are of ancient construct. They were made many, many, many years ago and resemble very familiar structures and statues that you saw at the previous temple under Mirror Lake.
Okay.
But they sense the. Is this the first time sensing the?
Yeah, you guys would be sensing that same like rain, like kind of the energy that Thorfinn would have experienced that time. But it's not as potent, not even close.
Is there anything on the symbol? Anything etched in it?
Just the symbol. It is the three triangles. I don't know why I have this here. I have the three triangle image, but
Well, you see a hole here, I'm guessing, right?
yep, that's the doorway that progresses forward into this monolith space. It is clear. And making your way past and through, you see that on the edges, it leads over to a small basin of oil. In the center of the oil is a flame that is just perpetually ignited. On the floor are both of your allies, out cold, unconscious, alive. They're breathing. Chest compressions are happening, but their hands with the symbols, which are currently ablaze completely, both physically ablaze from the flame, but also the symbol is lit up extremely bright.
Fucking figures. Nordback could be taking a nap.
I say we should get them out of there.
All right.
Drag one at the foot of Norback. I'll drag the other one.
Just get him out of this room.
Yeah, just get him onto the symbol or something. I don't know.
You guys begin moving your allies out, and it is at that point that you hear sounds from the chasm across your way. And what you see is a very familiar individual. You guys see Osmos as he walks out, and he sees you. And he kind of makes his way over to, like, as close as he can get to where he is. Holy crap, why is this is so damn difficult? Okay, there we go. Let's do that. What? Why did that not work? Oh, that's fine. What? Hold on a second. This is being super weird.
Because we're trying to do something that's going to be detrimental to us, so the game doesn't allow it.
There we go. No, I was just trying to make light for stream so they could see what the hell I'm talking about. You guys drag your allies out of that space and into this location here. And Osmos walks up and he says, "Oh, isn't that interesting? A little bit of shit disturbers in our business. Was it you? Come on, be honest. Was it you?" Did
I'm
you
looking
guys?
at him with a massive smile. Is it to us what?
Who are you guys? The ones that caused the fire? Come on, just level with me.
Fire?
What
The only
fire?
thing we know, there's been a fire in the library from what we heard, but that's all we know.
Both of
I
you
heard
give me
there were
deception
guards.
checks. Both of you give me deception checks.
I mean, Yubo wasn't even there, was he? No, he was.
No, but he
I don't
knows.
know.
He knows
Oh,
the
he
group had
knows.
a hand in it.
He knows.
I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, what he said.
So like, "Ah, damn it! I was really hoping I could have found out it was you guys, and I would have felt less. I would have felt less bad about what I'm about to do." He reaches over and he turns off the lighthouse, and immediately you guys are just enveloped in darkness, in just pitch dark abyss. You look around, you can't see the monolith, you can't see the light. Your dark vision no longer works, Yubo, and you hear a voice in the very distance. Your allies are beside you, by the way, on the ground. You hear a voice in the distance, and it goes, it's been some time since I've had some play toys. Who are you?
Can I just dash?
Yeah, you start bolting, and Kanan, you watch him just run crazy fast, and then a voice goes, no, no, no. You are in my domain, and you shall answer its master. And as he's just bolting, you watch as Hugo just appears right back next to you. He's like fully like huffing and puffing from the dash that he just did.
I'm
Come
gonna
on, man.
start kind of like kicking and nudging at Thorfinn and Norbeck, like, wake up, guys, time to get up.
Nothing. The hands are still ablaze. They're unconscious on the floor.
So what was the question?
Who are you? Why are you here?
Oh, I'm one of the Nutoj. Just came down here because they asked us to.
You're one of them. They've tried to take what's mine for weeks. You have no place here. Only the worthy do. And you watch.
Wait, they do?
For the record, I'm not with them.
You watch as from the darkness, this massive serpentine structure begins to
Just touch
completely
the fire.
circle all around you guys. And from you claiming to be one of the Nutoj,
Wait.
its head comes down. And Kanan, you guys are looking around.
Can I stop it with like use my thaumaturgy and be like, wait?
It-
We are worthy.
You say this and you look, you're trying to identify what's gonna happen. You look over as quite literally the head and open mouth of a snake is about shoulder height from clamping on Yubo stops in motion. And
What?
one of
Sure.
its reptilian eyes turns towards you, almost the size of your body.
I'll show it my symbol if it's still glowing.
The snake tongue comes down and licks across your body, Yubo, and retracts back. That same body structure expands out into the darkness out of view as its head comes down, slithers close and up, and starts to smell you all. The tongue, again, very familiar to the previous one you experienced. And it looks down to the ground, begins to sniff them too. Where have you obtained this mark?
Pointed with death, I guess.
You are worthy. What have you come to seek? What do you hope to gain here? This is my domain, and I am the master of what is to be gained. What do you wish to do?
We're trying to put an end to the Nutoj. The
That's part of it.
The ones who have caused you so much trouble.
You know, technically, I am one of them because I did join up, but, you know, I don't really like them. They kill my people. You know, I'm not a big fan. You know, I don't know who you are, so, you know, I'm going to put the position. I don't know where I sit.
You watch.
Technically, I didn't lie.
Kanan, you watch as the tail of this creature, who knows where it is, just bats Yubo off the side. He bounces off the ground. Yubo, you will take 18 points of bludgeoning damage as he just skids
deserves
to a
that one.
halt and slowly, or maybe just stay on the ground. I don't know. It's your choice. But you take 18 points of bludgeoning damage, and it says, "Insolence is not your game. You wish to insult me in my home? I will show you the power that I wield. Kneel, or I will consume you like all the ones prior. And looking at
you, Bo, get on your knees.
I'll kneel. Well, I'll put my hand up, with the one with the mark, so we can't see it, just in case it wasn't clear.
Oh, I should probably put you guys on the map here too, so you can get a
Yeah,
good
we
idea
kind
of
of
what this
didn't
looks like.
exist.
Well, not you two. Everybody, including these two dum-dums. Hold on. Bring you guys to the token lair.
Sorry, 2 dum-dums?
Well, 4. Copy. I gotta go to the other lair. Here we go. And paste. There you go.
I like how the snake didn't have a problem with us two sleeping.
And this thing is not the right size.
We haven't been insulting it.
Sleeping people can't really insult things, can they?
I didn't really insult them and just said things.
This thing does not have a good temper.
You always have that tone.
Did you know, Yubo? The things that you say really do make people not like you.
You got bad in red over
Normac,
there.
given that you're saying that,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
pretty
very,
sure
very
you
accurate.
can take several
True.
seats.
Okay, this is the scenario here. Okay, this is what you guys are looking at. You got battered off to the side and skid to a halt inevitably, and it just screeched at you all. You bow and it says, "If your true purpose is to stop those vile creatures, I am willing to impart upon you the boons that have been stored in this place. But no, I need guarantees that they will not go and succeed at the other locations where my brethren guard."
Well, we'll do our best.
That guy Osmos is one of them. You want us to kill him? Would that convince you?
Yes, it would. That would greatly please me. If you present his head to me, I will give you the boon. Nay. That was a really weird time for the music to stop.
The suspense.
I will. Yes, bring me his head. You're not prepared for the second action, but bring me his head and I will give you his boon. The boon that they've been trying to obtain and steal from my place here.
You got any advice on how to wake these two jokers up?
Comes down, watches a tongue comes out and licks across the hand, and the flame basically gets absorbed into its mouth, and it like twitches a little and is unaffected by it. But you two jokers wake up just as that happens, are in the void, and in front of you is this massive snake with a huge head,
Oh, yeah.
the same shape as the last time.
What the?
I got me snake.
Bring me
Yeah, we yeah. I mean, instinctively, I draw my weapon out. It's like fuck.
Look, whoa, don't do that, don't do that. Let's,
You get batted, Thorfinn, off to the side, take 18 points of damage as a tail comes out of the abyss from out of sight and knocks you aside. Insolence! You are in my home and you will show me respect. I care not that you are worthy. I will consume you if I must.
So, quick question, Mr. Snake. Why did we fall asleep after touching whatever flame was there?
That flame was placed by one of the Asirs. I know nothing of what its purpose is, but I watched the green one come down and place it here many, many years ago.
Then how'd you wake us up?
I have the powers of the Asirs. They are the ones who created us, and therefore we are one with the flame of the Allfather.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, what's going on here? Just ask like anyone.
we
Well, it's a
Because-
less friendly one than the last one we met, that's for sure.
You've met my brother.
Yeah, we met one of you.
Which
yeah, we
one?
kind of went there.
I don't know if I want to talk to you right now. You keep on hitting me and trying to heat me, but we met one in a temple at the bottom of a lake.
Oh yes, the peaceful one. Yes. Well, I'm not.
Is there only one peaceful?
No. We all have our own temperaments. I, unfortunately, for you, have allowed time to change me so that I am not as easily swayed by the pathetic attempts of mortals. I know my purpose. I stay ever vigilant, and I only yield to the worthy. Which, lucky for you, you are. And at this point, you watch as the void that is surrounding you, the veil, begins to dissipate. This thing says, take sight and heed this as a warning. Although I am what I am here, though those beyond ahead are much, much worse and stronger. I yield to you because I wish to do so for a common enemy. They care not. Be prepared. But in the shadow that slowly dissipates, you see mounds of Nutoj corpses. Mounds of them. As this thing has just slaughtered every one of them that's come into its domain. Bring me
I see you really do not like them.
Oh, so I guess you're in the same boat as us. We don't like them too.
Yes.
We've killed a few of them a while back.
Can I
Killed a few of them on our way here. What are you talking about?
Well, we
Can I
got
change
one we
my
gotta
robe?
kill now.
Because technically I'm currently dressed as a Nutoj, so I would like to just change my robe if you don't mind.
That's a good choice. That's a very good choice.
All I have on is my shortening cloak. That's about it.
Yeah, that's a good choice. You should start stripping and changing your clothes. It looks down again and it says, "Bring me Osmo's head, and I will grant you what you request and is rightfully yours."
Will do, Mr. Snake.
I look confusedly at Kane and it's like, Osmos?
You guys are shunted out of view as this snake gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and you are dropped down into. You guys will be together, so I'm just gonna squish you guys here because that makes my life easy. You guys are squished down, right where you spawned initially. Well, sorry, not spawned, but where you guys were prior to all this craziness going down. You guys are in the temple where the monolith is. You guys have to reorient. And across the way is good old friggin' what's his face?
I say with a big old grin, can we come over there and talk there, Osmos?
He's just like, whoa, shit! And he starts to run. He's ready to
give you the boon. He's ready to give you the boon.
He's like, I don't want it. How are you not dead? And he starts to run off to the bottom right. That's where we're gonna pick it up.
What?
God damn
Wait,
it.
wait.
Oh, okay.
What's this
Come on, you
gap
can't
here?
end it here.
That's a
gap?
45-foot gap. It's a chasm that goes into nothingness that separates the two of you. That's why I said this map's arrangement is a little awkward, because that gap technically separates the side pathways by 45 feet. But that's where we're gonna pick it up for next week or next session.
God damn it.
Jesus Christ, dude. Oh my god.
You guys did nothing. Me and you both fighting for our lives.
They did nothing. I love it. These guys. Oh, you guys are awesome, man. That's freaking great.
Hey, on the bright side, I'm still full health.
That's true. You are. Yeah, you are.
I've not taken any damage because every threat I've come across so far, I've either beaten into a pulp
God.
or not had a problem.
You guys are so lucky.
You just burned the dude alive for no reason.
That's true.
No.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's the only threat you
No,
face.
I'm about to say I don't remember him saying or doing anything to warrant that, but I'm glad it happened.
He burned.
He turned around and he was like, "Hey, do you remember grabbing the?" And he was just trying to talk to his colleague, and the next thing he knows, his face is in lava.
I just imagine him like Norback just like all smashing him. You know when he picks someone by the leg
Yeah.
and just smashes him, but he smashes him into the forge. Like just like what the fuck, man?
Yep. The other guy's just terrified, crapping his pants. That's exactly what happened there. 100%.
Hey, it was a very effective scare strategy
Oh
for the
my
other
God.
guy.
Yeah, was it ever?
As he runs out, he gets knocked out by other.
He runs into 3 more dudes.
He wasn't expecting that's not his fault. He didn't know
Like
that was
his
gonna
train.
happen. Oh my God. All right.
Hey, at least it wasn't Jeffrey.
That's true. At least it wasn't Jeffrey.
You don't
I
know
will
that
be
yet.
back. I'm gonna see chat off here and we'll talk. Okie dokie. Holy smoky. That was crazy. That was kind of bananas. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like that. That was a great session. These guys rolled well. Some absolutely bonkers, wild shenanigan decisions. But again, that's half the fun of D&D and I love it. I freaking love it. I'm astonished to kill that bullet, by the way. Astonished. The thing is beefy. It does 30 damage a hit. So they got lucky that it got stuck the way it did because that corridor was so small. But man, at 30 damage per person, oof, that thing would have wiped them out. And actually, they would have been dead because, yeah, they were both low enough where it could have came forward and done 30 per hit and they would have been out cold. But yes, if you do want to watch more of this campaign or are interested in it, it is out on YouTube. We have all 18 episodes on there right now. This one will be posted there later on. So if that tickles your butt cheek, go check it out. And those of you guys on YouTube, please like, subscribe, leaves me, that helps discoverability. And leave me a comment. Let me know what you wish you could have seen, what you would like to see, and I can implement it. That'd be good. And ask me questions. You can join my Discord, by the way. I always give out, not always, recently I haven't been, but I often give out extra daily vibes, which is what you use to do the Twitch integration, to give potions, to give poopy butt, to do a bunch of other fun, crazy nonsense. But regardless, I gotta go. Have yourselves a lovely, lovely day.